Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is Don Boomhauer down here in Sarasota, Florida.
Don, how are you?
Oh, great.
Yeah? Now, what's the matter?
Well, the last time I called you, I mentioned that pal of yours, Earl Foreman.
Yeah?
Told you he was out in California and that he'd left me holding down the local office of Tri-State Life and Casualty for him.
Oh, yeah, I
So
remember.
what's he gone and done? Moved on out there to sunny, smoggy Southern California, bag and back.
Yeah, I heard from him a
Which is
few
to say, I'm still running the Tri-State office here in Sarasota.
That's bad?
Be fine if it didn't take so much of my time away from my real estate business. But what I called you about, Johnny...
Yeah, trouble, Don?
Yes, well, no, not exactly.
Well, which is it?
I mean, not exactly the kind you might expect. Looks like one of our clients, an old man by the name of William Trasker, is dying.
Old Bill Trasker, the fishing guide?
That's the one.
Yeah. Earl and I went fishing with him several times out in the Gulf.
Oh, so that's how he knows about you.
Well, what's he dying of, Don? I can't imagine anybody having it in for old Bill and trying to knock him off.
No, it's some rare type of kidney ailment, the doctor says.
Oh.
Nothing suspicious about it, nothing whatsoever.
Oh, well, then
The amount of insurance he carries is so small as to be almost negligible.
How much, Don?
$2,500.
Huh?
I know, Johnny. It would hardly seem to justify the cost of your coming down.
And if there's nothing suspicious about the circumstances...
Nothing at all. It'll be death from natural causes.
Well, Don, I'm afraid I don't see any
During
reason...
his periods of consciousness, he's in a coma most of the time, he keeps asking for you.
Oh? What?
Well, I don't know. Not for sure, that is. But what he keeps saying, or trying to say, and it's hard to understand him, well, Johnny, it sounds like he's trying to give us the clue to a murder.
Murder?
That's right.
Don, I'm on my way. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company office in Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the recompense matter. Expense account item 1, $79.70, taxi in a plane from Hartford to New York, then another one to Florida. At the international airport in Tampa, Don Boomhauer was waiting for me. We piled into his air-conditioned car and headed south on the Tamiami Trail down towards Sarasota.
That's right, Johnny. Old Bill Trasker.
Dying of some kidney disease, huh?
And according to Dr. Crutcher, nothing short of a miracle would save him.
Yes, too bad. He seemed like a mighty nice old man, a real gentleman. Well-educated, well-spoken. Hey, you'd expect to find him running a big business instead of a broken-down outboard rig to take out fishing parties.
So I understand. But frankly, Johnny, I'd never even seen old Bill until the doctor called me. Said he was dying and that he wanted to see you. Then I looked up his policy.
Yeah, $2,500, you said.
Yes, to be spent in giving him a modest but decent burial. And to pay any bills he might leave outstanding.
Apparently, then, Bill won't be leaving much of an estate.
And you'll understand why when you see the little kind of shack he lives in.
But now, over the phone, you said something about a murder.
Well, Johnny, it was so difficult trying to understand what he was trying to say. Even when he seemed completely conscious, he was very vague, except perhaps when he was asking for you, when he told us he had to see you before he goes.
Well, now, Don, why...
He never said the actual word murder, Johnny, but he, well, listen, there was a name he kept trying to tell us. It sounded like Jerry or Gerald something. Last name we couldn't get at all.
Well, have you checked over his relatives?
When we asked him about relatives, he just turned his face away and shook his head.
But now, if he was talking about a murder...
Johnny, it's just that... Well, Doc and I agreed that from what he said, and, well, his knowing you and your work and wanting to see you, and, well, you know how deathbed confessions are.
Don, you're not making much sense.
Look, Doc will be waiting for us, and if Bill is conscious enough to make sense when he talks to you, well, let's just wait and see what you can get out of him.
Whatever you say, Don. Old Bill's home home was a shack, all right, on a small, scrubby piece of land near the end of one of the bayous leading out from Sarasota Bay. As we stopped in front of the the long path through the palmettos that led up to it, Doc Crutcher came out to meet us.
Johnny, I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, how are you, Doc?
Down? Well, I just given him a final injection in a course of 7 that... Well, come on in.
He's failing, Doc?
As a last resort, I've used a new, very radical sort of treatment. One of the so-called but not fully tried miracle drugs.
And?
I'm just afraid he came to me too late.
But, Doc, there is a chance.
Oh, there's always a chance, Johnny. But in this case, a very slim one.
Doctor...
Here we are, Bill. You just relax.
See, Johnny. $1,000.
Yeah. Well, here I am, Bill. See? Right here in the flesh.
Johnny.
That's right. Hey, look, if you expect to take me out fishing, you got to get well, old man.
No. Oh, Johnny, it's too late now.
Oh, come on now. That's no way to talk, old timer.
I'm gonna die now.
Yeah, who said so?
Would you must tell him?
Tell who, Bill?
Tell police.
Tell what to the police?
No.
What?
No. Murder.
There was a murder? Or you mean there was no murder?
Oh, tell police that I did. I did it.
Easy, old man.
Gerald.
Gerald?
Yes, I'm Gerald.
Gerald who, Bill?
Gerald.
Yeah.
Thornley.
Gerald Thornley.
Yes.
He was murdered?
Gerald Thornley.
Yeah.
So, please, I did it. I did it, Johnny. You tell.
Doctor.
Yes. Yes, I'll see if he's...
The end, Doc?
Well, no. As a matter of fact, his heartbeat is... Well, it's stronger.
What?
Much stronger. Doc, listen.
Yes, Doc.
Get to a phone and get an ambulance while I make him ready.
You mean that maybe you can pull him through after all?
Yeah. Now, come on, Johnny. Give me a hand with him.
Sure, Doc. Save him, huh?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so that we can investigate this confession of his.
Huh?
Sure, and then see that he's executed for murder.
Oh, darn, for the love of Mike.
Yes, call that ambulance.
Great scientific achievements usually are made through the combined efforts of many men. Such is the story of the Atlantic Cable, one of the outstanding milestones of the 19th century. But today, the name of one man remains to remind us of that venture. The organizer and director, Cyrus W. Field, a retired paper merchant who risked his fortune, sanity, and integrity in an awesome adventure that lasted 12 long years. Field first was approached in regard to a short underwater cable to Newfoundland in 1854. After a huge investment of both money and energy, the cable was completed the following summer. Field then went to England to tackle the much larger problem of laying the Atlantic cable. Many futile attempts were made. Cable was broken. Splices were made. Cable was lost. Tempers flew, and ship captains resigned in disgust. Still, Field wouldn't give up. Finally, on August 8, 1858, it appeared that the project had been successfully completed. Cyrus Field went ashore and walked 15 miles to the nearest telegraph station. There he wired his wife, the Associated Press, and President Buchanan. He informed the president that Queen Victoria would telegraph her congratulations over the new cable. But before the Queen's message was completed, the line went dead. The much-hailed project was again a failure. Faulty insulation was blamed. In 1865, the largest steamboat afloat, the Great Eastern, made another attempt. Just 660 miles from Newfoundland, the cable parted. Inadequate hoisting tackle prevented its recovery. Field broke down and wept like a child. And yet, the very next year, he sailed with the Great Eastern for one more try. This time, every failure had been studied, every provision made. On July 27th, 1866, Cyrus Field landed at Heart's Content. After personally cabling the unbelievable news, he immediately boarded the Great Eastern, retrieved the broken cable of the year before, spliced it, and laid the second Atlantic cable. Cyrus W. Field, another American whose driving energy insisted that somehow there must be a way. Let's find it.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
We carefully laid Old Bill in the back seat of Don Boomhauer's car and drove him to the hospital ourselves. And then we could only wait to see if the drug that Dr. Crutcher had given him would really do its work. And yet, if it did, if by some modern miracle the old man should recover. Well, Don had said it there at the shack, and he said it again that evening as we sat in the comfortable den of his home, trying to console ourselves with a couple of scotch and sodas.
No, it's wrong, Johnny. There's something very wrong about it. I mean, pulling him away from death's door only so that he can be electrocuted for that murder he confessed to.
But did he really, Don?
What else could he have meant? So you've got to investigate, Johnny. Even Doc Crutcher has to report that confession to the police.
Maybe.
And so do I. We've no way out of it. None of us.
Cheryl Thornton.
Yes, the name of his victim, the man he murdered.
Did he? Is that what he tried to tell us?
Well, what else could he have possibly meant? And don't forget, he thinks that he's dying.
Oh, I know.
A deathbed confession, Johnny. Happens all the time.
Oh, but look, is he the kind of man who could have killed somebody? He certainly didn't strike me that way.
But how do you know? It may have happened years ago.
And it may never have happened at all.
And I hope that somehow you're right. But can you prove it? Well, Johnny?
Pour me another drink, will you?
Sure, all you want. But you haven't answered my question.
I'm going to try, Don. I'm going to try. At about midnight, Doc Crutcher phoned to say that we should keep our fingers crossed and maybe pray a bit. It now looked as though Bill Trasker might have a 50-50 chance to live. Then, unexpectedly, a call from Lieutenant Barney Phillips of the police department.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, Doc Crutcher told me all about it. And we'll appreciate any help you may want to give us on this.
Well, do you know anything about this Bill Thornley?
No, sir, never heard of him. But we'll find out who he was. Don't you worry about that.
Lieutenant, how well do you know old Bill?
Well, that's the thing that puzzles me, Dollar. Old Bill is one of the nicest, one of the most kindliest old men I've ever known.
Oh?
Ever since he came here to Sarasota, that's about 7 years ago, seems he just went out of his way all the time trying to be nice and helpful to folks. Didn't have much to give to anybody, money I mean, but whatever he had or he could do for somebody, he never would hesitate a minute.
I see.
But that doesn't keep us from having to do our duty, get the goods on him, see that justice is done. The law is the law, and it's our duty to uphold it.
Old Bill came here 7 years ago?
That's right.
From where?
Well, now, if we knew that, we'd know where to look for information on this man Thornley that he killed.
Yes, he did.
What's that?
I'll talk to you later, Lieutenant.
Oh, fine, Mr. Dolan. If you have any connections anywhere that can help us find out who Gerald Thornley was and why old Bill killed him,
Or if I can find out that he didn't kill any such man or anybody else,
now, Mr. Dolan.
I'll be in touch.
Why are you so sure he didn't murder someone, Johnny?
Did I say that, Don?
You didn't need to.
Don, I want no part of this thing.
Donnie, I know this is no ordinary sort of investigation, but as a company, we have to go through with it.
Why?
If you can prove that Bill didn't do it, which I doubt, well, it's the least we can do for a client, or something.
Yeah.
And if you end up proving he did, Well, it's a public service by the company or something.
Or something. Let someone else handle it. I want to put it.
Why did old Bill ask for you? Well?
Oh, well, I think it's because of... Well, in spite of what he said, in spite of what it sounded like... Hey, let me use your car, will you?
At this time of night? Oh, not here. Here are the keys.
All right, good.
What have you got in mind?
Well, maybe keeping an innocent man out of the chair.
Now, Johnny.
I'll see you later. Obviously, the key to this whole matter lay in finding out about Bill's supposed victim, Gerald Thornley. Who he was, where he was, or where he had been. And then if Bill had ever been there. So I drove over to the shack again and went through Bill's clothes, hoping that some of them might be old enough to show where he'd been before he moved to Sarasota. Every one of them bore a New York label. Item 2, $5.20 for a tank full of gas. Item 3, after I reached the airport in Tampa, $4.60 for a long telegram to Ripley Keener, a pal of mine on the New York side. Item 4, $71.70, and shortly after dawn, I was in New York. Rip was waiting for me at the airport.
You could have saved yourself the time and money and phoned me, Johnny.
Now, just what do you mean by that, Rip?
Well, I could have told you all there is to tell about Gerald P. Thornley in one sentence. I handled the story on him for the paper myself.
All right, well, what about it?
He ain't.
He what?
7 years ago, that crooked promoter disappeared.
Promoter?
And when the police finally caught up with when and where and how he disappeared, it left them with only one possible conclusion. Thornley was murdered.
Let's see. Nevertheless,
No, Johnny. Stop trying to act like a Pollyanna and get on back to Sarasota and nail that old guy for murder.
The 14th Amendment to our Constitution is one of its most important sections. It bestows United States citizenship upon every person, regardless of race, who is born within our borders or who is naturalized. And this amendment further provides that the privileges and immunities of citizenship cannot be taken away by a state, nor may a citizen be denied the equal protection of the laws. It is this amendment which makes us all equal citizens with equal rights, to the end that this country of yours and mine shall be our country under God.
Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the recompense matter.
over breakfast there at Idlewild Airport, Rip Keener told me more about Gerald P. Thornley.
Not that Thornley didn't deserve to have somebody knock him off.
Now, just what does that mean, Rip?
When he got through with all his phony real estate promotions, he left more innocent people broke and hungry than you can shake it. Oh, Johnny, that man made millions on his crooked real estate deals. And who suffered? Wealthy people who could afford to lose a few thousand here and there? Oh, no. No, sir. I was poor people who fell for his pitch and then suffered for it.
But the law, the authorities, they never got on to him.
Man, he was too smart. Every deal he made was perfectly legal at the time. I'll tell you this, Johnny. A lot of the real estate laws got rewritten as a result of him. I mean, in spite of the way it finally turned out, the switcherooning.
What?
Sure. That gave me material for that feature I hoped was going to win me a Pulitzer Prize.
Just, what are you talking about, Rip?
Back there in 53, after the coroner's jury said it was murder, they went through his papers and bank accounts. They found he left enough dough and instructions for it to pay back every cent he'd taken from the poor suckers.
You are kidding.
A bit, Johnny. I told you it was a twist. And, Johnny, that's what makes his killer all the more wrong. So get on back there to Sarasota and nail him down.
Yeah, Rip, I guess it's all I can... No, wait a minute.
Huh?
Handle this right, and maybe your next feature will get you a Pulitzer Prize.
Huh?
Poor people who'd been taken by Thornley. Well, old Bill Trasker had never been in that category, in spite of his menial job these last 7 years as a fishing guide. Item 5, 10 cents for a call to Lieutenant Randy Singer, 18th Precinct. Then I had Rip Keener drive me into Sealand.
There you are, Johnny. A complete set of fingerprints on the late Mr. Gerald P. Thornley.
Good.
So why I should break my neck getting them in such a hurry
Yeah, all
for
right.
you.
Thanks a lot, Randy.
put that so-called mind of yours to work finding out who murdered him 7.5 years ago, why...
Yeah, well, that coroner's jury could have been all wet, you know.
Huh?
Why don't you keep Rip here entertained until I can phone him a feature story from down in Sarasota?
Johnny.
If that is.
Yeah? If what?
Now, if this absolutely crazy hunch of mine pays off. Item 6, another 7170 for a plane back to Florida. From the airport in Tampa, I drove on down to Sarasota, straight to the hospital.
It is a miracle, Johnny. If old Bill continues to improve the way he has in these last 12 hours, he'll live until they put him in that chair, much as I hate to say that.
Old Bill was much better. It almost was a miracle. He let me take a set of his fingerprints, and then he broke down and told me his story. Then at police headquarters, when one of the lab men compared the prints with a set I brought down from New York, Lieutenant Barney Phillips nearly flipped.
But oh, no. Look, Al, I can't believe this. According to these prints, old Bill is Gerald P. Thornley.
That's right.
But I don't understand. But why, Dollar?
Well, his dirty real estate promotions were perfectly legal at the time. But he was ruining more innocent people, causing more heartbreak and suffering. But he hadn't thought about that in his lust for money. All he cared about was getting more and more of it, regardless of whom he was hurting. Until one day this kidney thing hit him, and it scared him. And suddenly he realized that one day he'd die as one of the most hated men in the world. But simply getting back the money would never erase the stigma that he'd have to live with. So he arranged his own disappearance, and he made it look like murder. So he could quietly get away and start leading the kind of life he should have been leading and could start doing some good for people. Exactly the way he's been doing here in Sarasota, Lieutenant.
There's a sort of recompense for the rotten things he'd done before.
Yeah, that's right.
And without having folks point him out as the crook he'd been.
That's right. And don't forget, the people he'd hurt up north were all paid off.
But, Dollar, when he thought he was dying, he told you murder.
He said no murder. Doc and Don misunderstood. He said to tell the police that he did it. That's all. And now we know what he did.
Dollar, I hate to say this, but he's still in trouble.
Old Bill Trasker?
Gerald P. Thornley.
Not anymore, Lieutenant.
What's it?
Thornley is dead. Legally dead.
Well, I know Thornley's... Well, I guess you're right, Mr. Johnny. Well, you say you're right.
Yeah. After sticking around a few days to make sure that old Bill's recovery would be complete, well, I changed my mind about getting Rip keener material for a feature. Let him wonder about it. The expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, 200 and, no, Don, forget it. Just forget it. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Russell Thorson, Bart Robinson, Harley Bear, Barney Phillips, Dick Crenna, and Herb Vigran. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. John Wall speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Oh, hi, Pat. What's on your mind?
A beautiful model, name of Dorothy Blair.
Ooh, hey, wait. The girl with the $1 million face?
That's the one.
Well, you probably got company. She's on a lot of people's minds.
Well, she's no daydream to me. She's a nightmare.
How come?
Well, that face of hers may not be worth quite $1 million, but it's worth at least 100,000. That's what we've got it insured for.
So?
So it looks like somebody's trying to tear it up.
The policy?
No, her face. She got slugged last night. Want to look?
At her? Sure, I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, Universal Adjustment Bureau, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the model picture matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20 for a taxi from my apartment to your office, Pat, where I picked up Dorothy Blair's address, then headed for New York. That's item 2, $36.20. I arrived at her apartment just as the doctor left. Even with a couple of bandages on her face, I think you got a bargain, Pat, insuring it for only $100,000.
I guess I'm lucky, Mr. Dollar. My doctor says there won't be any permanent scars.
Well, just what happened, Miss Blair?
Well, I came home last evening about dinner time. I opened the door to my apartment here and started to reach for the light switch, then suddenly I saw a shape beside me in the dark.
And?
Before I could do anything, he hit me on the side of the head. I think it was a gun. It stunned me and I fell to the floor.
Then what?
I remember hearing the door slam. When I could get on my feet and turn on the light, whoever it was had gone.
I see. You think it could have been a burglar looking for money or valuables?
I don't think it was a burglar, Mr. Dollar.
You mean you have some idea who it was? Well?
Jerry Dunsmuir.
Who's he?
A fashion photographer. A creep, Mr. Dollar.
Oh?
The real article, believe me. They ought to put that guy's eyes in jail.
You modeled for him before?
About a year ago. I swore I'd never do it again, and I didn't. Until yesterday.
Yeah, well, go on.
Jerry'd gotten a commission to do a spread on winter fashions. He wanted to make some street shots with me in tweeds. Things like that.
Street shot?
Well, I figured the street would be a lot safer for me than his studio.
But it didn't turn out that way, huh?
No. After the second picture, he started in again with the same old line. And he's not very subtle, believe me.
So?
So I walked out on him. He didn't like it.
But is that enough reason for him to break into your apartment and slug you?
It wouldn't be for most people. But like I say, he's a creep.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Blair. Thanks. I'll have a talk with Dunsmuir. And that was easier said than done. I took a cab to his address. That's item 3, $1.60. But his studio was locked up tight. So I contacted my old friend, Detective Lieutenant Al Rico at 18th Precinct Headquarters.
You think you got troubles, Johnny? Try some of mine on for size.
Oh, like what, Al?
Like an unsolved murder I got tossed in my lap.
Oh, that one I've been reading about. The girl up in...
Yeah. Edith Summers.
No leads.
Sure, a real fat lead, except it's no good. Her ex-boyfriend, Ed Chatsworth. Lots of motive, but no case.
Alibi?
Airtight. So I got troubles. Now tell me yours.
Mine? Well, I'm trying to get a lead on a fashion photographer named Jerry Dunsmuir.
Dunsmuir? I never heard of him. How come you're interested?
Dorothy Blair got slugged last evening.
Oh, yeah, the girl with the $1 million face. I heard about it.
She thinks Dunsmuir might have done it. I went up to his studio to have a talk with him, but it was locked up.
Well, I'll have her files checked, but if we had anything hot on him, I think I'd remember.
Yeah.
Well, it was just a chance. Excuse me. Rico. What? Yeah. Okay, I'll be right down. That was about your Jerry Dunsmuir, Johnny.
Oh?
A couple of my boys have found him.
Great.
Yeah. They found him floating face down in the river.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Model Picture Matter. Expense account item 4, $1.80, cab fare back to Dorothy Blair's apartment. She had company.
I'd like you to meet Edward Chandler, Johnny.
Hi. Glad to meet you, Mr. Dollar.
Dorothy, I wonder if I could talk to you for a few minutes.
Why, certainly.
I've got to be running along anyway. Still okay for dinner, honey?
Sure. 8 o'clock.
I'll pick you up. Bye, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, so long, Chandler. Dorothy.
Did you talk to Jerry Dunsmuir?
Now, look, you say Dunsmuir tried to get a date with you when he was taking some fashion shots of you on the street yesterday.
That's right.
He was pretty persistent about it.
That's putting it mildly, John.
And you think Dunsmuir is the one who was hiding in your apartment and slugged you last evening?
Yes. I think he must have been the one. Why, who else could it have been? And why are you asking me all this again?
There's nothing you haven't told me, Dorothy.
Of course not. Why?
Well, the police just fished Dunsmuir's body out of the river.
He was murdered?
I haven't seen the medical examiner's report yet, but it's a good bet. People don't usually go for a swim with all their clothes on.
But who could... Johnny, you certainly don't think I had anything to do with it.
I didn't say that, Dorothy.
But your tone of voice, the question. Look, I'm telling you the truth, Johnny.
Can you prove it?
I can prove the part about him taking pictures of me yesterday. This manila envelope. It came in the mail today. Here. It's from Dunsmuir's studio. He always sends me prints. See? Here's one of me in a tweed coat. Here's one in a fingertip length.
Okay, so he took pictures. I still want to know why you think it was Dunsmuir who slugged you if you couldn't see his face in the dark.
Why, I guess because of the way he looked at me yesterday afternoon when I told him to stay away from me, not to call me again for a job. Oh, Johnny, believe me.
You didn't see him after that, huh? Unless, of course, he was the one who slugged you in the dark.
No. I didn't have anything to do with what happened to him, and I don't know who did. It's the truth, Johnny.
Okay, Dorothy. If it is, I'll find out sooner or later. But if it isn't, I'll find that out, too. Maybe Dorothy Blair was leveling with me. But there were a few pretty important facts I didn't know. Was it really Dunsmuir who'd slugged her? And who killed Dunsmuir? And why? Also, this fella I'd met at Dorothy's apartment, Edward Chandler. Where had I seen his face before? Item 5, $1.75, cab fare to Dunsmuir's studio. A blonde secretary named Susan Billings was just closing up when I got there. She looked pretty dragged out.
Please, Mr. Dollar, I've already told the police all I know. Right now, I don't exactly need any more questions.
What you need right now, Susan, is a drink. Come on. Feeling better, Susan?
Oh, yes. Thanks. But I really don't know anything that would help you, Mr. Dollar.
How long did you work for Jerry Dunsmuir?
About a year.
And you can't think of anyone who'd have reason to kill him?
Nobody.
You know he had quite a reputation for being sort of eager with some of the models.
That was a long time ago, Mr. Dollar. He changed.
Not according to Dorothy Blair.
I'm not interested in Dorothy Blair or lies about Jerry.
Tell me, do you happen to know a man named Edward Chandler? I met him at her apartment.
No.
Did Jerry Dunsmuir ever mention him?
Not that I remember.
So you think Dunsmuir had straightened himself out, Nanny?
I know he had.
How can you be sure?
He told me.
Oh, but
You
look,
see, Mr. Dollar, Jerry and I, we were going to be married.
Either Dorothy had been lying to me about what kind of a guy Dunsmuir was, or else Susan had been living in a dream world. Either way, I was fresh out of leaves. I headed back to Lieutenant Rico's office, hoping I'd find some there.
Johnny, the only thing we know for sure about Dunsmuir is that he sure had a weakness for women.
Yeah, but Susan Billings believes that she was his one true love.
I know. And I've been thinking about her. Maybe she found out about Dunsmuir's activities and didn't like it.
It's a possibility. But if she knows more than she's told us, she's a pretty good actress.
The same goes for Dorothy Blair, which reminds me I want to have another talk with Dorothy. I picked up a couple of names out of Dunsmuir's past, and I want to see if they mean anything to her. Want to come along?
Sure, but we'll have to hurry.
Hurry? Why?
She has a dinner date with a guy named Chandler at 8 o'clock, and it's 1:45 right now.
Okay, let's go.
That's her apartment house right ahead.
Wait a minute. Isn't that Dorothy coming out the front door?
Yeah, with Chandler. Come on, we can still catch him.
Hold it.
What's that?
Who'd you say he was?
A friend of hers. His name is Chandler. I met him in her apartment this afternoon.
Johnny, remember when you came to see me today, I told you I had a murder case in my lap? I mean, before the Dunsmuir murder?
Sure, a girl, Edith Summers.
I told you her ex-boyfriend was the logical suspect, except that he had an alibi. Ed Chatsworth.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. I knew I'd seen that guy's picture somewhere. It was in the paper. Dorothy introduced him as Chandler.
But his real name is Chatsworth. And now it turns out he's a friend of Dorothy's.
Al, you said either Dorothy had told us all she knew or she was a pretty good actress.
Yeah?
Well, it looks to me like she's a pretty good actress.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Model Picture Matter.
Well, it had started out as a real simple assignment, but it hadn't stayed that way long. All of a sudden, we had two murders on our hands, and it looked like there was a connection between them. Now, watching Dorothy Blair leave her apartment with Ed Chatsworth, we realized that she was somehow right in the middle of them.
They're driving off in his car.
Going to tail him, Al?
That won't be necessary. Ever since I questioned Chatsworth about the Edith Summers killing, I've had a tail on him. No, Johnny, what we better do right now is start putting some pieces together and see what they add up to.
Okay. The first victim was Edith Summers.
Killed in her apartment, the Blackton Arms.
And you figure that her ex-boyfriend, Ed Chatsworth, had the motive.
Well, we heard that Chatsworth wanted to drop her, but she wouldn't drop.
But you say he has an alibi.
Two people swear he was out of the city the day that she was killed.
All right. Dorothy Blair gets slugged in her apartment. She thinks the photographer, Dunsmuir, did it. Then Dunsmuir winds up dead that night.
Right. And now we find out Dorothy and Chatsworth are friends. Begins to add up, Johnny.
You think Chatsworth was trying to drop Edith Summers for Dorothy?
If so, maybe they rigged a deal. Chatsworth was to get out of town while Dorothy handled Edith Summers.
In that case, you're figuring Dunsmuir found out about the deal and came to blackmail Dorothy.
Right. She won't go for it, so he slugs her. Then either she or Chatsworth, or both of them, decide to close Dunsmuir's mouth for keeps.
It's a possibility, Al.
Yeah. It is a possibility, isn't it?
Al dropped me off at my hotel and headed back to his office. Item 6, $2, drinks. While I thought about the picture Al and I had built up to explain the killing. Well, it was all pretty logical, but somehow I couldn't buy it. Maybe, like Al had hinted, that $1 million face had gotten to me. If I could only talk to her alone, I felt I could find out if she was lying. About 10 o'clock, I went back to her apartment. No answer. Probably still out to dinner. I was about to leave when she stepped off the elevator.
Why, Johnny, what are you...
Hello, Dorothy. I'd like to talk to you.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't time right now.
Oh?
Mr. Chandler's just parking his car. He'll be up in a few minutes. We have business.
Your friend will have to wait. I want to talk with you.
Why? All right. For just a minute. I don't understand all this, Johnny.
Well, let's start out calling your friend Chandler by his real name, huh?
What?
Ed Chatsworth.
I don't understand. I thought his name was Chandler.
Oh, yeah?
What's this all about, Johnny?
Oh, drop the act, Dorothy. I suppose the name Chatsworth doesn't mean anything to you.
Why, no, it doesn't.
How about Edith Summers?
Wait. She was the girl who was killed the day before yesterday.
She sure was.
I read about it in the papers. But I didn't know her, Johnny.
You're sure you and Chatsworth didn't happen to arrange her death?
Johnny. What's this all about?
And your friend Dunsmuir, he wasn't by any chance trying to blackmail you?
I don't know what you're talking about. Please, believe me. I didn't have anything to do with either of those killings. Johnny, I swear it.
Okay, Dorothy. I guess I never could buy it. But I don't get this buddy-buddy routine, you and Ed Chatsworth.
I only met Ed Chatsworth, or Chandler, as he called himself, yesterday.
Let's have that again.
That's right. He said he was organizing a big promotion and wanted to feature me in it.
Why would he give you a line like that?
I didn't realize it was a line. He sounded very convincing. He said he wanted to see some of my pictures to see if
Pictures? Wait a minute. Those pictures Dunsmuir took of you.
Ed's coming up any minute to see them. He wanted to see some outdoor shots, he said.
When did Dunsmuir take those shots?
The day before yesterday.
The day Edith was killed. Where did he take them?
We moved around from place to place.
You still have the pictures?
Right there on the table.
Come on, let's take a look. Are these all that he took?
As far as I know.
Yeah. No, nothing here except you. Here, wait. This shot looks like the front of an apartment house. Part of the name in the picture. Blackton Arms. The apartment where Edith was killed.
Johnny, look. In the background. A man stepping out of the apartment house.
Yeah, out of focus. Hard to... Hold it.
What is it?
Is there a service entrance to your apartment?
Yes.
Somebody just came in. Get down. I shoved her to the floor and hit the light switch. None too soon. I eased out my gun but couldn't see a thing. And I knew I had to locate him before he located us. There was a cigarette lighter on the coffee table. I heaved it toward the kitchen and my aim was pretty good. The flash of his gun pegged him for me. I turned on the lights. It was Chatsworth, all right. I'd hit him in the shoulder, but he'd keep for the state.
Johnny. He's the one who killed this Edith Summers.
Yeah, sure. He had an alibi rigged, but he spoiled it by walking out of her apartment into the background of that picture Dunsmuir took of you.
Then he's also the one who was in my apartment.
He probably recognized you by your face. Figured he could find the name of the photographer here. Slugged you when you came in.
And I thought it was Jerry Dunsmuir. Poor Jerry.
Yeah. Well, I imagine when Chatsworth comes to, we'll find that he killed Dunsmuir to get the negative.
He certainly wanted that picture.
Yeah. Most pictures don't do people justice. But I guess this one will do him all right. Item 8, $36.80 transportation back home. Expense account total, $103 even. Remarks? Well, there's a little snapper to the story, Pat. You know, that picture Chatsworth was knocking himself out to get, he didn't realize it, but his face in the background was far too blurred to make an identification. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Our star will return in just a moment. Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, the darling of me heart comes back to plague me again. My old friend, Meg McCarthy. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
I love you.
Hello?
I said I love you.
Yeah.
That does not please you?
Oh, pleases me fine. Now, why don't you and I get together and we'll be able...
That would be nice.
Well, just name the time and the place and, Hey, wait a minute. Who are you?
Carmela Jocares, Johnny.
Oh, well, let's get down to earth. Carmela?
Yes, Johnny.
Well, Well, usually when my phone rings this way on a Sunday night, well...
I know. You expect some dull insurance agent to be calling you.
Yeah.
With a dull insurance matter for you to worry about, no?
Yeah, that's usually the case.
But this one does not need to be dull.
You mean you have an insurance problem on your mind?
Of course. So maybe you will help me?
Well, just name the company, any company, and I'm on my way.
The Universal Adjustment Bureau would be interesting.
So who cares if they're interested? Come on, Carmela, get to the point, huh?
Come see me, Johnny. Tell your friend, Pat McCracken at the Universal.
Yeah, sure. Tell him what?
That I called you. Will you, Johnny?
Are you kidding?
Goodbye.
Yeah, well, where can I... Hello? Hello? Huh?
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now that the holiday season is with us, there are 3 different reasons why you should have several packages of Chef Boyardee pizza pie mix handy in the house. The reasons are friends who drop in for lunch, friends who drop in for supper, and friends who come over just to say hello. Because pizza is perfect to serve friends and family any time of the day. And when you use Chef Boyardee pizza pie mix, it's so easy. You see, everything you need is right there in the one Chef Boyardee pizza package that you keep on your cupboard shelf. Needs no refrigeration. You get the flour that turns into crispy golden crust. Chef's own pizza sauce, made according to the very same recipe Chef Boyardee brought with him from Italy. And even mellow Italian-style cheese, already grated to become a delicious, bubbling topping. Serve everybody pizza this holiday season. They'll love it. And you'll find pizza is so easy to make when you use Chef Boyardee pizza pie mix. Get several packages. And now, Act 1 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, Universal Adjustment Bureau, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Latin Lovely matter. Expense account items 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 50 cents for phone calls early Monday morning, trying to reach Pat McCracken. Item 6, $1, taxi fare to the offices of Universal Adjustment.
Oh, hi, Johnny. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, where the Sam Hill have you been all morning, Pat?
All morning? You kidding? Look, the clock on this desk says exactly 9:02. For me, that's the crack of dawn. Now, what's bothering you?
Carmela.
Oh, Carmela Jocares.
Yeah, only it's Jocares.
Oh, well. Might have known she'd call you direct. I should have warned you, Johnny.
You know her, Pat?
She's threatened to come down here and camp on my doorstep any minute.
Oh, can you think of a nicer ornament to have around? If she's anything like she sounds on the phone.
She is, Johnny, yeah. That's why I should have suggested that Special Investigator Martha Mayberry Balderdale help her.
Balderdale? Now, how could an old battle axe like her know how to deal with a young, charming, beautiful...
dancer like Carmela?
Dancer? Is that what she is?
Yes, yes. Not very good, but she's just as beautiful and seductive. No, maybe I better sick old Lady Balderdale on.
All right, Pat, quit the kidding and tell me what it's all about.
Who's kidding?
Well, where do I find Carmela, her address?
Now, you see, you're already emotionally involved with her. You haven't even met her.
Emotionally?
Client relationship in our business should be entirely objective, Johnny. How can I possibly expect you to look at Carmela's insurance problem with an unbiased mind?
Pat,
All she'd have to do is bat those lovely big brown eyes at you a couple of
Look,
times.
will you stop baiting me and tell me what this is all about? Emotion.
All right. I got involved with this little Latin lovely as a favor to the company that issued her the policy, Surety Mutual and Trust.
What kind of a policy?
Retirement. Pays her $50,000 when she's 45. Meantime, if she dies, her beneficiary gets the $50,000.
So what's the matter with it?
Well, like I told you, Johnny, she's a dancer. Nightclubs. Always has a partner. Some good young kid who can make up for her shortcomings. Only a different partner every month or so.
Well, what's that have to do with her insurance?
Well, she has the company name her partner as beneficiary.
Oh, I see. And if she keeps changing her policy...
Right. And by now it has so many riders attached to it, the company's running out of filing space. And what's more important, the cost of servicing this one lousy policy and the time that's been wasted on it. And the last time... Well, she's been so insistent you'd think she was planning to die tomorrow.
Well, maybe she is. Why doesn't the company just stall on making some of these changes?
Oh, they've tried that. So what happened? She's on the phone every day, 2 or 3 times a day. Nobody has any peace. That's why they finally turned to me in desperation.
And you said you'd have me talk to her.
I did not. She asked for you.
Why? How'd she even know about me?
Oh, newspapers, some of the radio programs about the cases you've handled. Johnny, you're her idol. You're her dream boy.
Oh, yeah, sure. But what to do about this?
Well, you get her to settle with one beneficiary. Get her married, something like that, so her policy will stay set for a while. Yeah, married, even if you have to... Oh, yeah. You?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't. Not me.
Oh, no. It's a great idea. Johnny, her address is 624 East 47th Street, New York.
Now, you look,
But just
Pat.
remember one thing. Universal Adjustment Bureau will not pay for your defense in a breach of promise suit, John. It's all the way or nothing.
Oh, yeah, sure. Call me up sometime when you have a case for me. Sucker. Me, that is. Because of Item 7, 1940, plane fare and incidentals to New York City, taxi from the airport to 624 East 47th Street, a nice modern apartment building complete with a uniformed doorman.
Miss O'Carra's?
That's right.
Can I have your name, sir?
Johnny Dollar.
Oh, yes, of course.
So, if you'll just give me her apartment number...
May I see your credentials, please?
My credentials? Oh, sure. Why not? Here, take a good look.
Well, seems all right. Thank you, sir.
Now, look, she's expecting me.
I know, sir.
Then what's all this fuss about?
Will you step into the lobby, please?
Oh, sure. Now, what's the number of her apartment?
One moment, please.
She is in, isn't she?
Yes, sir, she is. I don't understand about answering the house phone, though.
You're certain that she's in?
Absolutely, sir. But why she doesn't answer?
Where's her apartment?
It's number 7 up the stairs.
Come on, show me the way.
Yes, sir. She only came in a few minutes ago.
And nobody else has called on her?
No, sir.
Were all those precautions of yours on her orders?
Yes, sir. She seemed to be fearful of something lately.
Fearful?
Right here, sir, number 7.
That's funny. Miss O'Connors. Miss O'Connors. Carmela.
Listen.
Now what?
That sound inside. Well, there must be somebody
You
in
got a
there.
passkey?
Well, yes, sir.
Come on, give it to me quick.
But unless you have some authority, Mr. Dollar.
I have all I need. Carmela.
Mr. Dollar. She's been killed.
No, she's alive, all right. But that's about all.
Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
There is a difference, a great big difference in Vicks medicated cough drops. There is a difference, a great big difference. Get relief with every single drop.
Yes, there is a big difference in Vicks medicated cough drops. The medication makes the difference. Only Vicks cough drops are medicated with the exclusive throat-soothing ingredients of Vicks Vapor Rub. 2 delicious flavors, Vicks Regular and new Wild Cherry. Next time your throat feels raw and irritated from coughs due to colds, remember...
There is a difference, a great big difference in Vicks medicated cough drops.
The medication makes the difference.
Yes, the medication makes the difference.
And for a stuffy nose, just one whiff with a Vicks inhaler, and that miserable feeling of a stuffy nose goes in seconds. Use it anywhere, anytime. Vicks inhaler.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Latin Lovely Matter.
Carmela Jocares, beautiful Latin American dancer who kept changing the beneficiary of her insurance policy to the point where the company was going crazy, who demanded another change, this time almost desperately. We'd found her unconscious on the floor of her apartment. Bill, the doorman, discovered how her assailant had got in.
Through the service entrance into the kitchen, Mr. Dollar. He must have run away when he heard us at the door.
Any brandy, anything like that around here, Bill?
Yeah, there's a little bar there in the corner.
Okay, I see it. Do you know a doctor you can call?
I have a list on my desk in the lobby.
Well, then go on down and call him.
Isn't this a matter for the police? Sir?
I'll worry about that. You get a doctor up here.
Yes, sir.
Carmela. Carmela. Carmela, here. See if you can drink this.
What? Oh, Johnny.
That's right. Come on now, drink this. That's good. A little more now. Come on.
Oh, no. No. I'm all right now. Help me to the sofa.
Yeah, sure. Here now. There you are. How's that?
Oh, thank you, Johnny, darling.
Are you badly hurt? What happened?
He struck me.
Who?
He knocked on the back door. I thought it was Billy to deliver something. So I opened the door, and he struck me before I could... Oh, Johnny, it was terrible.
Well, who was he? Do you know?
No, darling. I'm still so afraid. Hold me, please, in your arms.
Carmela, do you know who it was?
No. It was then he heard you and Billy at the front door.
And you have no idea who it could have been?
Well, he was short and dark and... Johnny.
Yeah?
The man who has been calling me. First from Mexico, and then from here in New York. Threatening me.
Well, who?
I do not know, darling.
Threatening about what?
You have done it once too many, he would say. Now you will be sorry. Then he would hang up.
Done what once too many or too often or whatever he meant?
I do not know, Johnny.
Well, I know darn well the insurance company would never carry things this far.
The insurance? Oh, Johnny, you can't do it for me, can't you, darling?
Do what?
I only ask them to make a little change. But all they do is delay.
Oh, now look, we have more important things to think about now.
More important than the insurance? Oh, you do not understand. Please, my sweetheart. How can I work unless Armando is...
First, we find out who attacked you and why.
Oh, Billy, darling.
The doctor says he'll be here in 15 to 20 minutes.
No, not the doctor. I love you, Billy, but you're a nice boy, but not the doctor.
Why not?
Because I am all right now.
You're sure about that? Carmela?
Oh, yes, I am all right.
You know, you recovered pretty fast. No marks on you.
What do you mean?
I wonder just how much of a beating you really took.
Johnny, my darling, my love. Surely you do not think
No, I'm not sure what I think. Okay, Billy. Call off the doctor until I can find out what's what.
Oh, thank you, my sweet. You do care about me. I love you.
Oh, yeah, sure. And, Billy boy, you stay here until I get back.
Yes, sir.
My Juanito, where are you going?
You know something, Carmela? I wish I knew. I know where I was going, all right, to 18th Precinct Police Headquarters and my old friend Randy Singer. If anybody could get me a rundown on Carmela and any of her contacts, he could. If Carmela's attacker left any fingerprints, his boys would find them. Cutting through the alley beside the apartment building, headquarters would only be a couple of blocks away. But that alley was a mistake. I didn't see the man step out of the doorway behind me. But I did feel that old familiar poke in the small of my back.
No. Keep walking, senor. To the next doorway.
All right, now look. If you'll take that gun out of my back.
Walk.
What is this, a holdup?
Now, in here.
Well?
I am Federico, Senor Dollar.
Bully for you. So what?
I could hear you from the back stairway of her apartment. So you would help her, eh?
Carmela? Maybe?
No. You will not, because I will kill you first.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Smoke Kent, Smoke Kent, Smoke Kent with the micronite filter. Remember this, Kent filters best of all the leading filter cigarettes. So get the mild Kent cigarette. Smoke Kent with the micronite filter. Remember this, Kent filters best of all the leading filter cigarettes. So get the mild Kent cigarette. Smoke Kent, Smoke Kent, Smoke Kent. What a wonderful feeling. Smoke Kent.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Latin Lovely Matter.
Me, I will kill you.
You mind telling me why?
I will kill you before I let you help that woman ruin my son.
Your son?
You are from the company for the insurance, are you not?
Yeah, that's right.
To make her the change in the policy, to change what you call the benefit,
The beneficiary, yes. That's what she's asked for.
But I will not let you.
Well, I haven't said I... Oh, look, put away that gun, will you?
No.
Okay, Chief.
What?
But be careful, this man is armed.
What are you calling? The policia?
Just diverting your attention. No, give me that gun.
No, I...
All right, now we're on even terms. Just who are you and what's this all about?
I'm Federico Gomez, the father of Armando.
And who's Armando?
Armando, my son. He would be the next fly in the web of the spider.
The what?
That woman, Carmela Jocares. It is my boy, my fine son, that she would make her victim like all the others.
Like all what others? Look, Mr. Gomez.
He is a dancer, my son. A fine dancer, the toast of all Mexico. And she would do with him what she did with the rest. Charm them, make love to them, bring them here to this city to dance with her. Unless I stop her.
Well, I fail to see anything particularly...
And like the others, my son would fall in love with her with all his heart, with all his soul, with all his mind.
Yeah, I'm sure,
And
but...
she... Oh, of course, she would prove her love for him with all the big insurance benefit.
You mean that naming those lads in her insurance policy? Oh, now wait a minute.
You do not know what 50,000 of your American dollars can mean to a young man fresh in his, what you call, career.
Mr. Gomez.
Is it not true?
Well, yeah, it's a lot of dough to hold up in front of a young fellow, but there's a big difference between that much cash and just a promise of insurance money.
The eyes of a young man are easily blinded by this beautiful woman, amigo. She has blinded so many. They have danced with her and given her their money because they loved her.
All right.
But when she got their money, she was through with them. When they begged her to marry them, she spit on them. She turned them out. Pedro Fernandez, you know of him?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Because of this woman, he killed himself. So it was with Jimenez, the son of my friend. But she will not do this to my son.
And you honestly think the mere fact of a big insurance policy?
Was it not true with Jimenez, with Pedro, with Angel, with all the rest? These were young men, amigo, like my son. Unwise to the world, unwise to a woman like this.
Suicide?
I will do anything to keep her from using that insurance to ruin my son. Senor.
The more I live in this world, the more amazed I am at some of the things that happen in it. Things that are implausible, impossible, but that sometimes do happen.
I can only beg of you. Humbly.
All right, look, Mr. Gomez, I'm keeping this gun. By rights, I ought to have you locked up for poking it in my back for your attack on Carmela. But Where are you staying?
At the Hotel de Glen Arms.
I want you to go back there. Stay there until you hear from me.
You will help me, senor.
If you'll do as I say.
Gracias, senor. Gracias.
The scene with Carmela back in her apartment was not a pretty one. She not only admitted to having used the insurance, among other things, to further her shaky career at the expense of those young and better dancers, but was quite proud of the broken hearts and broken minds she may have left behind. Until I tore into her, and believe me, I did.
Murder? Oh, no, Juanito.
Now, you look.
No.
If you didn't murder those two young kids, well, you might as well have plunged in the knife yourself. I don't know what laws, what legal action may be dragged in to make you pay for what you've done, but there are moral laws, too, laws of decency.
But I did
I'll tell
not
you this,
know.
Carmela, that from now on, the police of this town and of anywhere else you may go, believe me, they'll be gunning for you. And if anything like this ever happens again...
No, Johnny. Johnny, please. You must believe me. I did not think. I was thinking only about myself. I did not realize...
Well, it's high time you did. Your insurance? Oh, baby, that's going to be canceled. Unless you can think of someone far away from your career to leave your money to, someone you can't hurt.
Oh, Johnny, I promised. Don't you see? Never before has anyone made me realize what I was doing. I have only had to think of myself.
By the time I left her, she was sobbing her heart out, promising that she'd spend the rest of her life making up for the things she'd done. And who knows, maybe... Well, who knows? Expense account total, including incidentals and transportation back to Hartford. Johnny Dollar.
Pat McCracken, Johnny.
Oh, hi, Pat. Well, I just got around to finishing up my report and expense account on that Carmela Jocares thing last
You
week.
can just forget the expense account part of it.
I got what?
Well, for the life of me, I don't know how you did it.
What are you talking about?
The company just sent me a copy of the rider, Johnny, the last and final rider on her policy.
Oh?
Naming the new beneficiary, and absolutely, irrevocably, can never be changed again.
Whom did she name, Pat? Some old childhood...
Are you kidding? You!
What?
You sly dog.
Hello? Hello? Well, I'll be... Yours truly, Juanito Peso.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Meet movie star Dorothy Lamour.
Actresses can't perform with a rotten cold, so I take 4-Way, the fastest way to stop terrible cold distress and feel better quick.
Right. Of all leading cold tablets tested, 4-Way's the fastest acting brand. In minutes, Amazing 4-Way starts to relieve aches, pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, overcome irregularity.
When you catch cold, remember my advice. Take 4-Way, fastest way to stop these awful cold miseries.
4-Way, 29 cents.
Now let me tell you about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Imagine a shampoo so effective it gets rid of embarrassing dandruff with one lathering, but won't dry hair, won't split ends, won't leave a medicinal odor. It's wonderful new Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. One lathering with Fitch removes dandruff, can brighten hair up to 35% too, without harsh medication. Only Fitch guarantees to do all this with one safe, easy lathering or money back. Contains no strong medication, so it's gentle enough for every shampoo. And then dandruff need never be a problem again. Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo, only 59 cents. Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, some priceless jewelry, a beautiful girl, and believe me, they add up to trouble. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Lucille Meredith, Larry Dobkin, Jimmy McCallion, and Harry Bartell. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Earl Foreman, Johnny, down in Sarasota.
Don't tell me, Earl. The Florida weather's finally behaving itself. The water in the Gulf is warmed up, so I'll grab my fishing clothes, tackle box, couple of rods and reels.
Maybe you better grab your Levi's, boots and saddle, and a couple of six guns instead.
Huh? What is this, a Western?
It may be an Eastern Western before we're through. Listen, Florida is the leading cattle state here in the Deep South.
I had heard something to that effect.
Okay. The freezing weather a short while back hit some of the ranchers pretty hard.
To say nothing of the tourist trade.
Right. Ordinarily, the year-round pasturage makes it unnecessary to lay up a lot of hay and feed for the winter.
That figures.
But this year, thanks to the freeze, the cattle were so weakened by malnutrition and then sloshing around in soggy pasture land that, well, at least a couple of 100,000 of them have died.
Well, what's your problem, Earl? Outside of the high cost of steak.
A rancher's just hit me with a big fat claim.
Oh, how much?
$78,750. Says that he lost his entire herd.
Well, I knew a lot of them had lost quite a few. But the entire herd?
Yeah. You coming?
I sure am.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Company, Sarasota, Florida office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Eastern Western matter. Expense account item 1, 9480, plane fare and incidentals, Hartford, Connecticut to Sarasota. As I expected, Earl Porman met me at the airport. We headed north on Route 41. 13 miles later at Bradenton, we turned east on 64 after grabbing a late lunch. That's item 2, 575. Then, still traveling eastward, we crossed the Kissimmee River onto a narrow, unimproved road into the swampland. And it struck me that what should have been lush green vegetation in this low, damp country was brown and lifeless.
That's what the cold weather did, Johnny. All that grass, that good pasture froze and rotted away.
No wonder the cattle haven't been eating well. But didn't I read somewhere they were fed the ruined orange crops?
Yes, but that still didn't save a lot of the herds.
Losses have been pretty heavy, huh?
Yeah, but as I told you over the phone, Trimble is the only one I know of who lost all his steers.
That the one who's made the insurance claim?
Yeah, Bart Trimble. His fence starts at the next turn in the road.
Have you had many claims, Earl?
Oh, a few, a month or so ago. Small ones. Not many of these people insure their herds. There. That's where Trimble's place starts. You see it?
I saw it all right. Hundreds of acres of wet, brown, dead-looking pasture land. I also saw the steers, hundreds of them, their carcasses lying there rotting in the sun. Or what was left of them. The buzzards had done well.
525 head, Johnny.
But surely some of them must have survived.
Not according to the claim I received. That's why I called you immediately.
Earl, you said the other claims were filed a month or so ago.
I hoped you'd catch that.
Why did Trimble wait so long?
That's another reason I called you.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Here's his gate. Let's see what he has to say.
The Trimble place was unexpectedly new and tidy looking. The main house was a concrete block affair, all white with a slab roof. Behind it was a barn and a corral. The stack of bale hay was obviously for the horses and hardly big enough to feed a herd of steers. A few chickens pecked around here and there.
Coming.
The woman who opened the door was about 40, tall and nice looking, well made up, almost out of place on a cattle ranch.
Yes. Oh, Mr. Foreman, how are you?
And her voice was soft, gentle, pleasant.
How do, Mrs. Trimble?
It's nice to see you, Mr. Foreman. Won't you come in?
I hear you say Foreman, Betty?
Yes, Bart, and he has a friend with him.
Well, I won't kid you, Mr. Foreman. I'm glad to see you. Howdy. I hope you brought me a nice big insurance check.
This is Johnny Dollar, Mr. and Mrs. Trimble. He's with our company.
Well, how do you do, Mr. Dollar? Won't you please come in?
Thank you.
Dollar. I think I've heard of you.
Oh?
Sit down, won't you? Supper will be ready in a little while, and of course you're going to stay, aren't you?
Johnny Dollar.
Well, now, that depends.
Now, of course you'll stay.
I really should get back to Sarasota tonight. My wife...
Yeah, wait a minute. How I know you're the insurance investigator.
That's right.
And what's he doing here, Pullman? What's there to investigate? Are you maybe trying to say I killed off the herd myself to collect the insurance money?
I said nothing of the sort.
Then what's to investigate?
I told you.
I don't like this, and I'm telling you right to your face.
Now, Bart, you shouldn't talk like that.
Well, it's the truth. Just what do you think you're going to do around here, Dollar?
Bart, please.
Well, that depends, Mr. Trimble.
Does he have to say it's okay, Pullman, before you can pay my claim?
Yes, he does.
Well, believe me, if I'd known this was the kind of outfit I was dealing with, paying premiums to... Okay. All right, poke around as much as you want. Stay around as long as you like. We'll bed you down, we'll feed you, we'll show you what kind of people we are. Just don't get in my way. I've got a lot of work to do. And don't tell me I'm a crook.
Now, let's be reasonable about this.
Me? I'm being reasonable. You're the one that... what do you want, Shorty?
Well, you told me to tell you, boss.
Tell me what?
A truck has come to pick up them hides.
And help them load them on the truck. Go ahead, go ahead.
You're selling the hides from those animals?
I will.
Sure. Why not? Oh, we could salvage, that is. Anything wrong with that?
Nothing at all.
All right. You want horses to snoop around? Help yourself. Saddles are in the barn, but just stay out of my way. Come on, Shorty. Let's get out where the air's nice and clean.
Sure, boss.
I'm sorry. But Bart's been so upset over losing all those steers.
Well, of course, we can't blame him for that.
He's been working so hard, trying to save some of the hides and sell the carcasses for fertilizer.
Yes, I know.
With so many ranchers trying to do the same thing.
Why did he wait so long before filing his claim, Mrs. Trimble?
Well, because he's been so busy and because he hoped he could salvage something from the herd, I guess.
Or because this lapse of time has given the bodies a chance to decompose?
What?
Has given the buzzards and other scavengers a chance to remove any evidence that maybe those steers were deliberately...
Oh, no. Oh, surely you don't think for a minute that my husband would...
Where can I find the nearest veterinarian?
Well, the vet we use is up in Kissimmee,
Okay.
But Mr. Dollar, you don't... Well, you can't possibly think...
I'll let you know what I think. After a good cow doctor has a look at those animals.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli is an exciting beginning to a stirring song. It is an historic salutation to the efforts of a valiant group of fighting men. Why is their history glorious? What spurred them on? Patriotism and desire for excitement are sometimes given for reasons, but these are not the answers. The answer is, these were men of vision, men who understood our country's needs. Respect, honor, and prestige are things that go hand in hand with a country's greatness. Major Smedley D. Butler recognized this in the year 1915. At that time, our diplomatic negotiations with Haiti were disrupted by Coco bandits who perilously affected the lives of some United States citizens in Haiti. A contingent of Marines under the command of Major Butler was sent in to bring the bandits under control. Though they were holed up in Fort Liberté, Major Butler found an opening in the wall and led a terrifying charge through the breach that resulted in very dangerous hand-to-hand combat for himself and his men. Amid a furious onslaught of Coco bandits and a hail of enemy bullets, Major Butler succeeded in overcoming the resistance and creating a peaceful atmosphere. His grateful country awarded him the Medal of Honor for bravery, forceful leadership, and action above and beyond the call of duty. The second time he was awarded this high honor. Major Smedley Butler had a code of conduct born of years of devotion and service to the United States of America.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Eastern-Western matter.
At dinner that night, Bert Trimble had changed his tune, was very apologetic. Almost too much so, and too nice.
I didn't mean it, Mr. Dollar, what I said before. At least, not the way I said it. But this whole thing has hit me pretty hard. Losing over 500 steers, and a handful of calves.
I told you, Bart, when they all went so quickly that night, you should have been suspicious.
What night, Mrs. Trimble?
Well, it was the last big freeze.
Yes, I got back here late. I'd been up to Lake Wales trying to beg some feed. No luck. Then it blew up cold. By the time I got back here, got the hands rounded up.
How many, Mr. Trimble?
Well, there were 5 of us, including Shorty Skinner.
I've seen that Shorty somewhere before.
Oh?
Well, anyhow, when we got to them, the cattle were all bunched up at the north fence. We thought we'd drive the strong ones back here, where they'd have some shelter. We could give them the hay we keep for the horses. But they wouldn't move. Most of them couldn't move. And it was dark, and the freezing wind was cutting across the swamp. So all we could do was come back here and pray. Next morning, they were dead. All of them. I've put everything I had into this ranch. Every penny I saved from my factory work up north, Betty's money from nursing, even cashed in my own life insurance policy. And now they're gone. So if I got a little nasty, well, I guess a man can take only so much.
It's been awfully hard for Bart these past 3 years. And then just when things were going good.
Your hands bunk out in that building beside the barn, huh?
Only Shorty skinned out all the steers we could. The other boys left. I still owe Shorty some wages.
I'm going to ask a pretty blunt question, and I want an honest answer.
Huh?
Had you ever thought of giving up, going somewhere else?
Sure, lots of times. For Betty's sake, too. Even thought of going out to California.
I see.
She has relatives out there, all doing fine. They've kept after us to go out there and crop farm with them. Maybe I should have.
But we stayed, didn't we, dear?
Yes, I wouldn't give up. Even Betty reconciled herself to sticking it out.
If only we'd known that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
We talked on for a couple of hours, but got nowhere, and finally Earl and I plunked into our beds in the guest room. Mine was beside the open window. Now, when Earl Poorman sleeps, he's dead to the world, but he snores mightily. So after throwing a couple of shoes at him, I gave up and managed to drop off with a pillow wrapped around my head. That was a mistake, an almost deadly mistake.
Johnny! Johnny, wake up! Johnny, you hear me? Johnny!
What?
Wake up! Oh, my head. Stand up. I'll help you. Breathe deeply. Can't you smell it?
What are you talking?
Deep breath. Come on.
What are the... It's chloroform.
Yeah, on your pillow.
Holy hell.
I threw it out the window, your pillow. It was saturated with chloroform.
Give me a hand, Earl. I'm dizzy. Oh,
somebody came in that window. The pillow was over your head.
You see him?
No, but Johnny...
Oh, let me sit down again.
Yep. Here, by the window. Now breathe deeply.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled out of bed in my sleep, that narrow bed, or I'd never have wakened. I heard the door slam, then I smelled it.
But who?
Johnny, I knew I'd seen that Shorty Skinner somewhere.
Yeah?
It was on a road gang over near Sarasota, a prison gang.
You sure?
I was driving my brand new Cat. As I passed him and the rest of that glowering bunch, he let fly with a handful of mud. Now, if you ask me, he's the one who came in here and tried to chloroform.
But why?
That's what I'm going to find out right now.
No, wait. I'll be feeling okay in a minute. Let me handle it. By the time I was able to navigate and get dressed, Mrs. Trimble called us for breakfast. To say the Trimbles were upset over what had happened to me would be an understatement. Breakfast waited while we all went out to the bunkhouse. Shorty was gone.
Took what little he owned with him, too.
Has either of you any idea why he'd attacked me?
Good heavens, no. But I never did really trust that man. He was such a sneaky-looking... like a little rat.
Yet he was the only one who stayed when I couldn't keep their wages up to date.
Where would he ever get hold of chloroform?
That's the part I don't understand.
From the locker, dear. Back in the barn.
Huh?
You know, the stuff we got to put that old sick mare out of the way.
Oh, yes, of course.
I think why Shorty did this is pretty obvious, Johnny.
Yeah?
He was afraid you'd find out what and who killed off this herd.
Bart, look.
Here, Betty.
The note on top of this bunk.
Here, let me see it.
What's it say, Johnny?
I'm tired working for no pay. I will leave you know where to send my pay when you collect on that there insurance. Shorty.
Shorty Skinner.
The crazy fool. Wanted his money. He knew I had none, but I could collect plenty on the insurance if he poisoned my herd.
Oh, was it poison, Trimble?
What?
You didn't seem to think so before, but now that you have somebody to pin it on...
No.
Now you seem pretty sure of it.
Mr. Dollar.
No, Johnny, it must have been Shorty.
Maybe not. When the vet arrives, if he decides the herd was poisoned, okay, we'll take it from there.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag, representing one of the 50 states. Wyoming's state flag pays homage to the monarch of the Great Plains, the bison, or buffalo as we call him. Set over the bison is the Great Seal of Wyoming, almost as a brand. The red on the flag's border represents the Indians who knew and loved the country long before white settlers arrived. It also represents the red blood of the pioneers who gave their lives in reclaiming the soil. The red, white, and blue border of the flag indicates Wyoming's oneness with the Union. Wyoming's state flag, the flag of the 44th state to enter the Union, was adopted on January 31st, 1917.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Eastern-Western Matter.
The veterinarian arrived from Kissimmee. He, Bart Trimble, Earl Poorman, and I rode out on horseback to inspect the dead cattle. As I had anticipated, the vet made it plain that the bodies were too far decomposed for him to tell anything. Until, that is, he noticed a pale purplish line around the inside edge of a watering trough at a far corner of the fence.
Whoever used it didn't realize that it'd leave this telltale ring around the trough.
Used what, Doctor?
Well, let me scrape off a little, make sure.
You think it's a poison, Doc?
If I can taste it without getting enough to hurt me. Ooh.
Well?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Phenofic acid.
That's what killed the herd?
Yeah, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
That's not a very well-known poison, Doctor.
I know. It's used almost entirely in laboratory experimentation. I remember it well from my college days.
But out here?
Who did this to me? Who did it?
You don't know?
Shorty.
Who else?
Mr. Dollar.
Look, I'm going back to the ranch house to a telephone. I'll see you when you get back there. I called the state police to get out on all points on Shorty Skinner. Then I started on the police in the neighboring towns. The second call to headquarters at Lake Wales got me unexpected results.
Sure, we got him right here in the clink, sir.
Oh? What are you holding him on?
Just vagrancy, no visible means of support. Found him sleeping on a bench in the park about 9:30 last night, so we hauled him in, let him put his X on a police blotter.
His what?
His X, you know.
I certainly do. Thanks very much. The others hadn't got back from the pasture yet. Mrs. Trimble was in the kitchen making lunch. Quietly as possible, I sneaked into their bedroom. Carefully hidden in a desk, I found a lot of letters from the relatives in California. Letters urging that they give up the ranch, do something, anything, to get the money out of it and move to California. Those letters were addressed to only one of the Trimbles. They were addressed to... And then I saw it, neatly framed on the wall, a diploma. A diploma from the famous Lippenwall School of...
Why, Mr. Dollar, what are you doing?
Mrs. Trimble, I found out that Shorty Skinner has served time.
Shorty?
At least to the extent of working on a road gang. What for, I don't know.
Then he is a criminal. Then there's no question about who poisoned the herd.
Oh? You know about the vet's findings? That they were poisoned?
Well, no. No, but I thought it was understood.
A lot of things have been understood. Wrong things. Did Shorty give you a home address when he came to work here?
Yes. Yes, he did. Do you think he'd go there after what
I'd like
he's
to
done?
see it, please.
Well, it's here in this top drawer. Yes, here.
That's not his writing.
No, that's mine.
You see, Shorty can't write.
Oh?
So he couldn't have written this note you found in his bunk.
But who...
But look at it. Doesn't that curly Q on the letter T look like the one here when you wrote his address? And how about this capital I?
Good heavens, Mr. Dollar.
Friends who wanted you to go to California, and you wanted to go.
Of course.
But as Bart told us, you reconciled yourself to staying here, apparently.
I did. I did stay here, even though I wasn't happy.
And the big freeze gave you a chance to kill off the herd, collect a lot of insurance money, and get away with it. You thought.
Mr. Dollar, how dare
The method? A little-known poison you'd learned about back in the Lippenwall School of Nursing.
No.
But you hadn't expected me here to investigate, so you had to get rid of me. How? As a nurse, you knew all about chloroform.
Look, Mr.
It
Dollar...
was a natural, with me sleeping with my head on the pillow, and you knew that Earl was a sound sleeper. He's been here before. And who'd get blamed? Shorty, because he'd left. Only Shorty had left long before that.
What?
He was picked up in Lake Wales at 9:30 last night.
What? Well, then, no, listen.
You killed the herd. You tried to kill me.
Is that true, Betty?
Bart.
Tell me. Is it?
Yes. Yes, it's true. You know how I hated this place, this horrible, miserable cattle ranch. This living out in this godforsaken wilderness.
Betty.
Well, you wouldn't do anything about it, so I did.
Oh, good Lord.
But I
Item 3, $50 to a lawyer at the county seat who took my deposition. It'll be used in the trial of Betty Trimble. As for Bart Trimble, well, I'm sorry for him. Expense account total, including transportation back to Hartford, $207 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
It doesn't take a war to make a hero, nor does it take a situation filled with an onslaught of deadly enemy gunfire, bombs, and mortars. It takes a man to make a hero, and a man's qualities of greatness are based on his code of conduct. It serves him in peace as well as war. In August 1916, when the United States was still at peace with the rest of the world, part of our fleet was anchored off Santo Domingo City. The USS Memphis was in danger of total destruction from a hurricane. Only the efficient operation of the engines and boilers could get her out of the critical area. Lieutenant Claude A. Jones was senior engineering officer aboard. In rapid succession, boilers and steam pipes began bursting about him, scalding him with clouds of steam. Thousands of tons of water came down on him. In complete darkness, Lieutenant Jones nobly remained at his post as long as the engines would turn over. His supreme, unselfish heroism inspired the men with him. When the boilers exploded, Jones, with 2 men, rushed into the fire rooms and rescued the men trapped there. In the face of death by drowning, burning, or suffocation from the scalding steam, Lieutenant Claude Jones performed a heroic feat because he felt it was his duty to do what he did. He earned the Medal of Honor because he had a code of conduct that served him well.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, 1 honest woman, 2 honest men. Yet $100,000 was gone. Fact. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Vic Perrin, Jack Moyles, Marvin Miller, and Herb Vigran. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Yeah, Johnny Dollar.
This is Peter Hanley at Western Maritime and Property Insurance.
Holy, look, do you always start making calls at 4 a.m., Mr. Hanley?
I had to phone clear across the country, Mr. Dollar, to find out that you're right here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's right. The Beverly Hilton out here in Beverly Hills.
Good.
But I've cleared up the case that brought me here, so as soon as I have breakfast, if they serve it at this unearthly hour, I'll pack up my bags and go back to Hartford.
Please don't.
Oh, what's up?
One of our clients is about to present us with a claim that I think you ought to investigate, as long as you're right here.
Yeah, what sort of a claim?
For the loss of his yacht,
How much of a claim?
between $150,000 and $250,000.
Wowee.
You know where Malibu Beach is?
Yeah, sure, up the coast a few miles. Used to be a famous movie colony, that sort of thing.
That's the place. Well, if you can find some means of transportation, I'll meet you at the Malibu Pier.
On expense account, Mr. Hanley, I can find anything.
Well, now, look here.
And on a claim that could run to $250,000, I'm sure you won't be chintzy.
Mr. Dollar.
I'll see you at the Malibu Pier.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Maritime and Property Insurance Company, Los Angeles, California. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Malibu mystery matter. Expense account item 1, $2.25 for a fancy breakfast in my room at the Beverly Hilton. Item 2, $50 deposit on the best-looking rental car I could find. I drove out Santa Monica Boulevard to the Coast Highway, then north along the edge of the Blue Pacific, some 12 or 13 miles to Malibu, where a long fishing pier stuck out into the ocean. Cars were parked for half a mile on either side of the pier entrance, and it looked as though half the population of L.A. was crowded out on the pier itself. Thanks to an ambulance that pulled away from the curb and headed south toward town, I found a parking space.
Mr. Dollar? Here.
Oh, hi, Mr. Hanley.
Come along out on the pier.
All right. What's all the mob so early in the morning?
Apparently, word of an accident like this gets around quickly.
What kind of an accident?
Don't you see the Coast Guard vessels out there circling around?
Yeah. Did this boat you were talking about sink out there?
The Tatus, Mr. Dollar, a $150,000 diesel yacht.
What happened to her?
Apparently, it just blew up.
Survivors?
Mr. and Mrs. Randolph Merrill and the steward and deckhand managed to get into the launch they used for attendance. They were picked up by the Coast Guard. The skipper went down with the yacht. At least no trace of his body has been found as yet. Captain Rollins.
Look, you people just have to get back off the pit. Oh, Mr. Hanley.
Now, this is Johnny Dollar, special investigator for my insurance company. Captain Rollins of the Coast Guard.
Mr. Dollar? Hi, Captain.
Have you found anything out there, Captain?
Not a sign of the Tatus, Mr. Hanley. Yeah, it's mighty deep water. And I'm afraid that, like Mr. Merrill and his wife told us, she just blew herself to smithereens.
Yeah. Even from here, I can see some wreckage floating in.
Well, they're all working around the oil slick out there, so the grapples ought to be able to find something down below. Some traces of the hull or machinery or something.
When did it happen?
Oh, 2.5 hours ago. One of our craft got up here from Santa Monica Harbor not more than 40 minutes after she went down.
How'd you find out about it?
Phone call from somebody living along the beach. Tatus stood out there blowing the whistle and foghorn, woke him up. By the time he got out of bed, well, he said it looked like a regular fireworks display.
About a half mile offshore, huh?
You see where they put a marker buoy?
Yeah. Wouldn't the wind and current move that slick and whatever wreckage there is?
No wind. That's why there's still some fog out there. And they're allowing for drift. Don't worry. If there's anything left of the Tatus, those boys will find it. Now, excuse me, will you please? I got to keep a check on operations.
Yeah, sure, Captain. See you later. Hanley, you say Mr. and Mrs. Merrill are okay, huh?
Yes. If the Coast Guard in Santa Monica are through with them, they're probably back at their home in Westwood.
I think I'd like to talk to them.
By all means.
Though I don't exactly see any particular reason for investigation.
It's company policy, Mr. Dollar, on any claim over $100,000.
Yeah, but the claim can't have been made yet.
Don't worry, it will be.
Wait a minute. A $150,000 yacht. But you said the claim could go as high as $250,000.
Yes, that's because of Mrs. Merrill's jewelry, which she always took with her.
Oh, was that lost, too?
I don't know. I haven't yet talked to her.
Then let's do it.
Well, if it hadn't been for a friend of mine living up on the hill behind the beach who was also awakened and saw the explosion, I wouldn't have known about it even this soon.
Yeah. Well, come on, let's talk to the Merrills. Pete Hanley had his own car, so I tailed him to the Merrill home in Westwood. It was in a nice, but certainly not a fancy section. I'd have thought a man with a $150,000 yacht would live in the snooty Bel Air property, the Brentwood Hills, Pacific Palisades. One of the sections that displayed a little more wealth. However, Mr. Merrill pretty well explained it.
And quite frankly, when I had to take such a loss in selling out my plastics business, I decided we'd better retrench a bit.
And really, Mr. Dollar, I don't miss that lovely big place we had in Bel Air one bit. After all, they're just the two of us, and we don't do a lot of entertaining. More coffee?
No, thanks.
As a matter of fact, Dollar, I was thinking of selling the taters for, well, to be frank about it, for purely economic reasons.
Oh? Wouldn't it have been pretty hard to get your price for a boat like that?
Possibly. Quite frankly, the maintenance on it alone became quite a burden after I lost my business. But no matter. Now the insurance will pay for her.
Mr. and Mrs. Merrill, there is one thing that I must find out.
Yes, Mr. Hanley.
Mrs. Merrill's jewelry.
No, thank heavens. No, that's safe.
Oh, careful, dear, of the glass top on that table.
Oh, sorry.
No, you see, Mr. Hanley, the jewels were the first thing I thought of when the engine on the tater started making funny sounds and woke me up.
Well, I am glad of that.
Here they are, all safe and sound in the little casket I keep them in. Oh, look at them, Mr. Dollar. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes, very. But now suppose you tell me just what happened out there on the yacht. They said they'd been cruising peacefully up the coast, all hands on board asleep except for the skipper at the wheel. Then the engine started making strange sounds, shaking the whole yacht. The Merrills and the crew jumped out of their beds and rushed on deck. By then, the captain had discovered something wrong with the fuel system, so he ordered them off from the tender while he tried to operate the extinguisher system. Then, barely minutes after they'd cleared her side, came a series of explosions. And that was the last they saw of the Tatus and her captain. As for the Merrills, they were humbly glad they'd been lucky enough to escape. Lucky? Suddenly, sitting there, idly toying with the jewels, I discovered something that, yeah, believe me, this case did need investigation. Needed it bad.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband. Hi, honey. Did you fix the windshield wipers?
I sure did, Reba. How's that?
Oh, you fixed them. Good for you, Donald.
Thank you, my dear. Well, that's that. Now, if it rains, we're prepared for it, huh? I feel better now.
Oh, me too. A driver has to see the danger if he expects to avoid it.
That's right. And also keep the back and side windows clear in rain and snowy weather.
That's right. Oh, how about the horn?
The horn?
The horn doesn't work, Sergeant. Aren't you going to fix it?
No, I don't think so. Frankly, Reba, I hate horns. Whenever there's a traffic jam, the first thing some guys do is blow their horn.
Which does absolutely no good.
Of course not. All it does is jar everyone's nerves. No, I don't think I'll fix the horn.
Oh, but now wait a minute, Don.
Hmm?
Look, supposing we're driving along and suddenly we see a youngster on his bicycle headed right out into the street. Sounding that horn will warn him and possibly avoid a tragic accident.
Yes, that's true, but...
Or supposing we're driving on the highway, and just as we're about to pass a car, that car decides to pull out into our lane and pass the car ahead of him. He obviously doesn't see us, and he won't hear us shout. But one little beep on that horn, and he'll automatically scoot back and avoid a collision.
Reba, you've convinced me. Even though it can be a nuisance, the automobile horn is a necessity.
Then you'll repair it?
Immediately.
Oh, that's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Malibu Mystery Matter.
Remember when you were a kid and first found out about how mercury would plate a piece of gold, make it look like silver? How you went around putting it on everything made of gold that you could find? And remember when you first learned that a diamond could put a scratch on glass, or you went around with your mother's engagement ring, cutting grooves in window panes, glass tabletops, and so on? Okay. Sitting there, listening to the Merrills tell about the explosion on their yacht, I toyed with some of the beautiful jewelry Mrs. Merrill had been able to save. Jewelry insured for $100,000. Absent-mindedly, I dragged the diamond in one of her rings across the glass top of the coffee table a couple of times. Then again with pressure. And it did not cut into the glass. I tried a couple of the other so-called diamonds among her jewels. Same result. No result. Those highly insured jewels were paste.
Well, Mr. Dollar, it looks like we have the whole story now.
Yeah, it sure looks that way.
And, Mr. Merrill, whenever you're ready, you just file your claim and we'll take care of it.
All right, Mr. Hanley. And quite frankly, well, why kid about it? Now that I've lost my business, I can well use the money.
Oh? Then I'm kind of surprised you haven't sold some of these jewels.
Dollar, there is a thing called sentiment that even money can't buy.
Why, of course, Mr. Dollar. Before I part with these jewels...
Yes, I'm sure. Shall we go, Hanley?
But if you're perfectly satisfied with the Merrill's account of the wreck, why go back to Malibu?
Did I say I was perfectly satisfied, Hanley? Look, wouldn't you feel a lot better if that wreck could be located, maybe brought up for examination?
Well, yes, but you're certainly lucky Mrs. Merrill saved that fortune in jewelry.
What jewelry?
What are you talking about? You saw it yourself.
Did I?
And it's covered for $100,000.
That jewelry that she showed me?
Of course. What are you getting at, Dollar?
Look, I take it Merrill's business came a cropper, huh?
Why, yes, he simply bit off more than he could chew. You know, overestimated his market, overexpanded. Matter of fact, I've been thankful these past couple of years that I didn't fall for his pitch and invest in it. Merrill's quite a promoter, you know.
You mean a crook?
Well, I didn't say that, no, but his Bel Air estate, where they used to live, his yacht, her jewelry, that sort of thing. They were all to impress the people he got to finance his ventures.
A real fast guy was somebody else's buck, huh?
Yeah, I guess you could say that about him.
So that's why you wanted me to investigate this so-called accident to his yacht.
No, not at all, as I told you. What do you mean by so-called?
Hanley, you say a friend of yours actually saw the explosion.
That's how I learned of it almost as soon as the Coast Guard. But now...
And if you know the address, that's where we're going.
I told you, he lives up on a hill overlooking Malibu Beach.
Only first we're going to stop at the Santa Monica Coast Guard station and pick up a chart or two.
Why?
Also, if you know a good surveyor, we'll take him along with us.
Dollar?
Yeah, Hanley? I've got an idea that may save your company a lot of money. At the Coast Guard station, we picked up a navigation chart and a topographical map of the Malibu area. Then we picked up a surveyor named Barkley, who dragged along one of those tripod surveying instruments. Then on to the house of Hanley's friend up in the Malibu Hills. And from him, we got some information that began to bear out some of my suspicions.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. When I heard the yacht's whistle and the foghorn, I hopped out of bed and I stood right here in this doorway to the porch.
Uh-huh. Leaning against it the way you are right now, Mr. Duncan?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, of course, it was so dark, it was so foggy out there over the ocean. I was about to go back to bed, and then, boom, the boat exploded.
Where?
Oh, I can tell you exactly where. From here, that is.
What do you mean?
Well, the flash it made. It was, right square between those two trees.
All right, Mr. Barkley. Set up your transit and get a line on that.
Yep.
Then plot the line on this map.
Right.
Dollar, look.
You look, Hanley. See that marker buoy where the Coast Guard boats are looking for the wreck? Well, the line Mr. Dobkin has given us is nowhere near that.
Well, yes.
Mr. Dobkin, do you suppose any of your neighbors heard the noise and got up for a look?
I certainly would think so.
Then we really have something to work on.
But, Dollar, I still don't understand.
You will, Mr. Hanley. You will. Plenty.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Times have changed, and so has the man. How often do we hear the phrase, those were the good old days? But were they? Let's look at the record. During the War of 1812, the man who discharged a missile of destruction had a pretty simple job. A lighted taper, a fuse, some gunpowder, a metal ball, then an explosion. and the metal ball was propelled toward its target, located a few hundred yards away. Now, go back in time to the year 1327. Again, the operation was simple. The taper, the gunpowder, but this time, an enlarged arrow fitted into a block of metal. A man in mail, a smoky explosion, and the arrow flies a few hundred feet. Now, come up to the present. Seated before a complicated control panel is another man, ready to discharge a missile. He, however, is a far cry from that artilleryman of 1812 or the cannoneer of 1327. This man is a skilled, tutored technician. He knows his job. He pushes a button, and a sleek, slim, pointed missile blasts its way into the heavens. Its trajectory has been predetermined by other men with modern-day technological know-how. The missile lands, not a few hundred feet or yards from its launching site, but 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000 miles away. Quite a difference, isn't it? Yes, times have changed, and so has the man.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Malibu Mystery Matter.
Pete Hanley, the insurance man, and Barkley, the surveyor, and I continued our interviews of people living along Malibu Beach who'd seen the yacht explode.
Yes, sir. I just rose right up in bed, and I could see straight out my front window.
And you saw the actual explosion, Mrs. Gray?
I certainly did. Right out through there.
Good, thank you. Okay, Mr. Barkley, get a bead on it with your surveying instrument, then plot it on the map.
Right you are, Mr. Dollar. That's right, sir. I see the flash right the other side of that big oleander bush out there in the yard.
And you were standing right here, Mr. Phillips?
Exactly here, yes, sir. Why, it like to lit up the whole sky.
Okay, Mr. Barkley.
Right? Why, even through the fog I could see it just as plain as day.
I'll say I did. Gee. You see, we was having a little party, and I was just going in the kitchen to make us some scrambled eggs.
Yes, well, now, just where...
You know how it is, after being up all night and having some drink.
Well, where were you
When
standing?
the whistle started and the fog went, we came out here.
Right where you're
and
standing
all
now?
of a sudden, Bluey. Gee, me and my friends, we thought it was the 4th of July all
Okay,
over
Mr.
again.
Barkley,
and gee,
you
what a
take over.
noise.
Yes, sir.
So, according to our survey, Captain Rollins, your boats have been looking in the wrong area for that wreck.
Yeah, Mr. Dollar, according to this chart the surveyor made, the Tatus went down right on top of Calico Rocks. That's a formation only about 30 feet below the surface. That means that our divers will have no trouble at all finding the wreck.
Then go to it, Captain. We'll be at the Beverly Hilton. Let me know what you find.
Will do, Mr. Dollar.
Item 3, $5.25 for some lunch. Then we went up to my room and waited. Finally, a couple of hours later, came the call from Captain Rollins.
No, Mr. Dollar, our divers didn't find a sign of her, not a sign of the Tatus or any part of her, but
Yes, Captain?
we did find a lot of, well, they looked like heavy cans that had burst open.
Like maybe they'd contained some kind of explosive?
Exactly like that, and some heavy logs and tie chain wedged into the rocks, like an explosion had driven them in.
A raft? Maybe loaded with dynamite or something to make the explosion everybody saw?
Exactly. But what I don't understand is the oil slick we found, the wreckage floating around.
Captain, I think that oil slick and the flotsam were planted out there.
Well, then listen.
Look, check every port on the Mexican coast, large or small, for the Tatus. I'll talk to you later. Come on, Hanley. We're going out to see the Merrills. On the way out to Westwood, I wondered. I was satisfied. I was sure I knew just how Merrill had pulled his little fraud. Little? What's little about a few $100,000? But I needed more than that for the sake of the insurance company who'd have to prosecute. So when we got there, I decided to try a bluff.
Come in, Mr. Dollar. Mr. Hanley. I didn't expect to see you back here so soon.
Yes, won't you gentlemen sit down?
Merrill, I think you ought to know the Coast Guard finally found something out there off Malibu.
Oh?
Yeah. The remains of your skipper on the Tatus.
What?
That's impossible.
Nancy.
Also, evidence that he'd been murdered.
Murdered?
Probably by you, Merrill.
No, he's still alive.
What?
Wait, Nancy.
Can you prove it?
Yes.
Or would you rather have your husband charged with his murder?
No. He's in Mexico with the yacht.
Nancy, be quiet.
That's what I figured. At some remote little port on the coast of Mexico, he and the Tatus.
Dollar.
Where the yacht can be completely gone over, disguised. Meanwhile, of course, you thought you'd collect the insurance on her because of the completely phony wreck you almost got away with. Thanks to the fog and the darkness.
Nancy, you fool. I could... All right. How did you find out, Mr. Dollar?
Your wife's phony jewels tipped me off that you're not exactly paragons of virtue.
Phony, Mr. Dollar?
Haste, Hanley, and nothing else. And I'll lay odds they'll sell the originals, that they plan to carefully lose the fakes.
Why didn't they claim to lose them in the wreck?
Oh, that would have been overplaying their hand. Apparently, having saved those jewels made the wreck look all the more legitimate. But the really clever stunt was dumping oil on the water and some odd bits of wreckage away from the spot where they blew up the raft. Yeah, it almost kept the Coast Guard from finding the cans of explosives they'd used for the little fireworks display. But, Merrill, the only thing around here that's been sunk is you.
Dollar, I'll fight you and this insurance company with every legal trick in the book.
You know something, Mr. Merrill? I don't think you'll get to first base. Yeah? When a crook tries to pull a fast one on an honest insurance company, well, you'll see what I mean when the courts get through with Merrill and his wife. Expense account total, including mileage on the rental car and a couple of extra days at the Beverly Hilton, $101.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Paula Winslow, Eleanor Audley, Gene Tatum, Ben Wright, Harry Bartell, Will Wright, Lawrence Dobkin, and Barney Phillips. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Oh, hi, Pat. What's on your mind?
At the moment, you.
Huh?
Johnny, you've been working too hard.
Oh, this I've been convinced of for years, Pat, but I've never been able to convince anybody else, especially you.
Okay, I'm convinced. What you need is a nice vacation, all expenses paid.
Whoa.
Southern California's very nice this time of
I
year.
just came back from there.
The beaches, the swimming, sun, golf,
Look,
nightlife.
Pat, thanks a lot, but no thanks.
Well, now, Johnny.
The last time you invited me to take one of your vacations, I got hit over the head, almost run down by a truck, and kicked around by a guy 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but this one's different, Johnny. It's a real simple job.
Oh, they all are, according to you.
All I want you to do is pick up something out on the coast and bring it back here. That's all.
Yeah, what?
$100,000.
Oh. I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Johnson payroll matter. Expense account item 1, $1.25 cab fare from my apartment to the office of Universal Adjustment Bureau and Pat McCracken.
$100,000 made you prick up your ears, Johnny. Sit down.
Okay, Pat. What's the deal?
You hear about the Johnson payroll robbery last week down in New York?
I read about it, but there weren't too many details.
They got $100,000, and the payroll was insured by one of the companies we represent.
How many in on the robbery, do you know?
Oh, we're not sure. There were several. One of them was fatally wounded.
Was he able to talk before he died?
Yeah, just enough to tell us the plan was to split up after the robbery, meet in another city to divvy up the loot.
Uh-huh. And you think it's out in California now?
We also think one of the crooks may be trying to double-cross the others.
Hiding out from them, maybe?
That's the general idea. We got a call from Los Angeles this morning. Fellow wouldn't give his name, but he claimed he could give us a lead on the one who has the dough. For a price, of course.
Oh.
So you're to meet him in L.A. and find out what he knows, if anything.
What do you figure his angle is, Pat?
Oh, maybe several, Johnny, but I don't care. What I do care about is getting the money back.
All right. How do I contact this man in Los Angeles?
You don't. He'll contact you at your hotel, the Nestor.
The Nestor. Okay, Pat. I'm on my way.
Oh, just one thing, Johnny.
Yeah?
Maybe it's occurred to you, maybe it hasn't. There will be others looking for that money, too.
The other guys involved in the robbery?
Yeah. Of course, if you can get there first.
I'll try. Oh, and don't bother telling me to be sure to get back here in one piece.
Hmm?
That I'll really try to do. Expense account item 2, $187 even, air transportation and incidentals to Los Angeles. I've been told to stay at the Hotel Nestor, so I took a cab. That's item 3, $5.50 from the airport. It was just getting dark as my cab pulled up in front of the place. Before I could get out, somebody got in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know this cab was occupied.
Well, that's okay. Welcome aboard.
Here, I'll get out. Oh!
It's okay. I've got you.
Sorry, I lost my balance. Must have got my heel.
You may be sorry, but I'm not. I can't think of a better way to arrive in a strange city than with a beautiful girl in your arms.
If you'll let go of me.
Oh, yeah, well, if you insist.
Thanks. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. You can have this cab as soon as I get my stuff out.
Oh, that's all right. I'm in a hurry. I'll get another one. Goodbye.
Oh, wait a second. I mean, after all... Oh, well. Yeah, that's the story of my life. The best ones always seem to get away. I went into the hotel lobby to register, but found a message waiting for me from the informant who'd phoned to Pat. I was to drive to the little town of Corrado Beach down the coast and meet a man there first thing in the morning. There was a map showing me the way to a small pier where the meeting was to take place. Looked like Los Angeles had suddenly got too hot for him. Expense account item 4, $50 to rent a car. I left word where I'd be, drove to Corrado Beach, and checked in at a motel. Then early next morning, I went out to the little pier. It was a ramshackle affair with a couple of beat-up boats tied to it and an old character fumbling with the door of a little bait shack. I went over to him. Hi.
Morning.
Having trouble?
Yeah, some kid's been monkeying with this lock. You want some bait?
No. This is one trip I didn't come to fish. How is it, by the way?
Fishing?
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, just my luck. No, I'm supposed to meet somebody here.
Oh, it must be that fellow out there. He was already there when I got here.
Oh, where?
Oh, you see that boat, bottom side up on the pier near the end?
You mean the man sitting beside it?
Yeah. Got himself a fishing rod, looks like. Could be he wants some bait. I'll walk out with you and see if you don't mind.
Oh, not at all. So the fishing's been good, huh? What have they been catching?
Oh, quite a few bass last couple of days.
Off the pier?
Yeah. There's some kelp beds in close, brings them in around here. Funny. Your friend there, you don't seem...
Hey.
Asleep, I guess.
Hey, watch out, he's slipping. Grab him. I got him. But...
Hey, mister. Mister, he isn't sleeping.
That's right. He's dead.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Georgia's state flag displays the state seal on a strip of blue. The seal symbolizes the fact that constitutional government rests equally on the three major branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial, and that all three must be guarded equally if a sound government is to be maintained. The greater portion of Georgia's flag is crimson. On it is superimposed the blue cross of St. Andrew, bearing 13 white stars for the original 13 colonies. This cross, made in the form of saltire or X, was adopted from the national flag of Scotland. Georgia's state flag, the flag of the fourth state to enter the Union, was adopted in 1956.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Johnson Payroll Matter.
I'd flown 3,000 miles to meet a man, only to find him dead at the end of a rickety little pier at Corrado Beach, a knife between his ribs. I searched him while the old fellow at the bait shack went to call the police, but I didn't find a thing on him to help me. No identification, even. Later, talking to the police, well, they didn't have any line on him either. My only lead on the payroll robbery was dead. I waited around the motel most of the day, hoping the police could turn up something on the dead man, but it was no soap. Item 5, $2 for drinks in the town's only bar while I tried to figure out my next move. And my next move was to the phone booth in the corner to call Pat McCracken back in Hartford. Collect.
Oh, tough luck, Johnny. But are you sure the dead man is our informant?
There was no identification on him, but he was right where he told me he'd be in the message he left for me in L.A.
Probably not much doubt about it, then. Oh, incidentally, I sent some mug shots out to you. Some men who
Yeah.
might have been involved in the Johnson payroll job. Sent them airmail special.
Yeah, I got him about an hour ago.
We're not sure if any of them are the ones or not, and we don't have any line at all on the leader of the gang. Well, what's your next move, Johnny?
Search me. Right now, I'm right in the middle of nowhere. I guess I... Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Maybe I'm not out of leads after all.
What do you mean?
Pat, I'll call you later. What pulled me off that phone in a hurry was a glimpse of somebody over near one end of the bar. I slid out of the booth and went over. Well, hi.
What?
Imagine meeting you here.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the girl who got into my cab in Los Angeles.
I'm afraid you're confusing me with somebody else. I'm sorry. I have to go.
No, just a minute. I'm beginning to think it wasn't just coincidence you got into my cab. Maybe we'd better have a little talk.
Please, go of my arm. You've made a mistake, and there's nothing to talk about.
Is he annoying you, lady?
Now, look, bartender, I'm just trying
Yes,
to find...
he is annoying me.
Take your hands off her, buddy.
Now, look, Joe.
I mean it, and my name ain't Joe. I got you outweighed by about 40 pounds, buddy.
You don't understand.
Just let go of her and we'll talk it over.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, just what is it I don't understand, buddy?
Skip it, buddy. So she got away from me. I grabbed my top coat off a hook and stepped outside the bar. It was damp and foggy out there. I put on the coat and started looking around for her, but it was too late. She was just plain gone. Then, walking along with my hands in my coat pockets, I realized there was something in one. A key to a motel room, but not mine. Funny. Then I remembered I'd had the coat beside me in the taxi when the girl climbed in back in Los Angeles. Yeah, she could have slipped it in the coat pocket then. But why? Now, that's what I wanted to find out. I looked up the motel. It was about a mile down the highway from mine, room 7. Yeah, the key fit all right. Then as I opened the door, I realized I had company right behind me.
Freeze, Dollar.
Huh? Who are you?
Never mind. Inside. Move.
Okay.
Get that blind down. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Your face looks familiar. Yeah, those mug shots McCracken sent me. You must be Slattery.
Bright boy.
One of the guys they suspect of pulling the Johnson payroll job.
Too bright for your own good, Dollar.
You must be the one who killed the man out on the pier. The man who was going to tell me where the payroll door is.
That's a nice stall, Dollar, but it won't work.
What do you mean, Slattery?
Blake killed him, and you know it.
Yeah? Who is Blake?
You want to play it coy, huh, Dollar? Okay, we'll do it your way. Blake's got the payroll door, and you're working with him.
Just how do you figure that?
Blake's girlfriend climbed in your taxi in Los Angeles.
I figure she slipped you the key to this room.
Hey, look, you got a few things all twisted.
Shut up and stand still. This gun has a habit of going off sometimes.
No kidding.
So where's the dough?
Take it or leave it, Slattery. I don't know.
Well, it better be in this room.
Yeah? And if it isn't?
You guess.
I don't think I need more than one. If it isn't here, I'm not leaving. That the idea?
Oh, you leave, all right. It's just that you won't be walking out of here.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Over 150 years ago, the Swiss poet Henri Amiel wrote, "Heroism is the brilliant triumph of the soul over fear. Heroism is the dazzling and glorious concentration of courage." During the Korean campaign, Corporal Ronald Rosser was attached to the heavy mortar company of the 38th Infantry, 2nd Division, United States Army. Rosser, a veteran of World War II, rejoined the Army and shipped to Korea when he heard that his brother had fallen in the winter assault of the Chinese Communists. One day, Rosser's company moved into enemy territory. At the time, the corporal was a forward observer and carried a radio. Suddenly, in the midst of an enemy attack, Rosser handed his radio to a buddy, slipped the safety off his carbine, and filled his shirt with hand grenades. He charged at the enemy through fierce mortar and artillery fire, shooting from the hip. Straddling a bunker, he riddled its occupants. Still advancing, he accounted for 2 more of the enemy, shooting one through the head and clubbing another to death. Continuing his one-man charge, he jumped into a trench full of enemy soldiers, opened fire, and forced his way relentlessly down the length of the trench, killing right and left with grenades and carbine fire. Out of ammunition, he returned to his company, where he replenished his supply. Then he charged the enemy again and again. Finally, he returned to his own area, and taking the radio back from his friend, he moved out with his company. Corporal Ronald Rosser was awarded the Medal of Honor for his action. Action which had shown the enemy that his personal code of conduct wouldn't let them push around either his kid brother or his country.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Johnson payroll matter.
Look, Slattery, you've torn this motel room completely apart. Obviously, that payroll money isn't here.
That's right, Dollar. So now you're going to tell me where it is.
Oh, brother, you take a lot of convincing. I told you I don't know. So why don't you put that gun away and listen?
You're the one takes the convincing, Dollar, so I start convincing.
Oh, that's not going to do you any good.
No? Well, for sure it's not going to do you any good, so...
Now, wait a minute. Look, I'll give you the whole story.
And I'm supposed to believe it, huh?
Staring down that gun barrel, I'm not about to lie.
Let's have it.
All right. A guy called us from Los Angeles, said he could give us a lead on who had the dough from the Johnson payroll job.
It was Hollis. He was hoping you'd lead him to it.
Hollis?
Yeah, the guy you found out in the pier dead.
And you said a man named Blake killed him.
You know Blake killed him. You know Blake engineered the holdup and then ran out on Hollis and me.
Do I?
Sure, because you're in with him. I seen his girl get in your cab in Los Angeles.
Okay, so she got in my cab, but I didn't know her. I'd never seen her before.
She slipped you the key to this motel room, didn't she?
Yeah, now I think I know why. She was trying to sidetrack us. Lead us to think the dough was here so it would take the pressure off Blake and her.
That part of your story I don't buy, Dollar. I think you know where that dough is, and I want it.
Now, look.
Talk!
If you think I'm going to take any more of this.
This gun says that's exactly what you're going to do until you decide to talk.
I roll with this next one, then let my eyes droop and my knees sag. He reached out to steady me, and I gave him a left in the stomach that flattened him. By the time he got to his feet, I was out the door. I dove behind some bushes down the road, and I waited. He pounded right on past me, gun in hand. I waited until he was out of sight, then doubled back to my car. Apparently, Slattery didn't know Blake's girl was around here somewhere. One thing was sure, I had to find her, but fast. There are only 3 motels in town. The one I was staying at, the one where Slattery had been playing patty cake on my jaw, and a third off the highway near the beach. I drove to that one and checked the register. It showed a Myrna Grant in number 8.
Oh,
Hello, Myrna.
no, please get out.
Oh, no, sorry. We're going to have that talk right now.
I tell you, you've made a mistake about me.
Oh, come on. Drop the act, Myrna. I know you're Blake's girlfriend, that you slipped that motel key in my coat pocket in L.A. to get me off the trail of the Johnson payroll money.
The what?
I also know that Blake masterminded the robbery and double-crossed his buddy, held out on him.
Oh, I guess I knew it must be something like that.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Dollar, I haven't known Fred Blake very long. A month, maybe. I didn't know what he did for a living, and I didn't ask him. 2 days ago, he said he was in trouble and needed my help. He wanted me to slip that key into your coat pocket in the taxi in Los Angeles.
To take Slattery off his trail.
Then he told me to meet him here at the beach. When I saw you in the bar a while ago, I got panicky. I didn't know what to do. But that's all I know about it. Mr. Dollar, I didn't know Blake was a criminal. Honestly, I didn't.
Yeah? Then will you help me find him?
Yes. I will, Mr. Dollar. If I can. The trouble is, right now, I don't know where he is any more than you do.
What'll it be, folks? Hey, wait a minute, buddy. Ain't you the one that was molesting this young lady an hour ago?
Oh, Tarzan, buddy, my molesting days are over.
Oh, it's all right, bartender. I'm sorry I caused you the trouble.
No trouble, ma'am. Just glad it turned out all right. Things happen fast here at the beach, I guess.
I don't suppose you've ever heard of a guy named Fred Blake, have you?
Yeah, not that I remember. You looking for him?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
Medium height, dark hair and brown eyes. Regular features.
That description would fit half the guys that come in here.
Sure. Fishermen, salesmen, vacationers.
Only that kind don't come in here anymore.
Salesmen?
No, fishermen.
I thought the fishing was good here.
Been no fishing around here for months.
Huh? A fellow told me they were getting a lot of bass right off the pier.
He was pulling your leg, buddy. There's a chemical plant nearby. A lot of stuff got dumped into the water by accident a few months ago. The fish haven't been back since.
Wait a minute. Sure, right under my nose all the time.
What do you mean, Johnny?
Mine, I'll see you later. I got in my car and headed for the pier. As I turned off the highway, I could see a car a couple of 100 yards back following me with its lights off. But I couldn't stop now. I parked near the pier and headed for the bait shack. The windows were still boarded over, but I could see a crack of light between the boards. I eased over to the shack. Oh, no. I flattened against the wall as the door came open and Blake came out with a gun. I hacked it out of his hand.
What?
All right, hold it, Blake. Well, the fisherman's friend, huh?
Look.
You killed that guy on the end of the pier just before I showed up this morning. You didn't have time to leave, so you covered by making like you worked here. Then it occurred to you this was a pretty good hideout until Slattery got off your trail.
Look, maybe we can make a deal, Dollar.
Oh, we're going to. You turn the stolen money over to me, and I turn you over to the police.
Drop your gun, Dollar.
Huh?
Drop it.
Okay, Slattery.
Hello, Blake. Glad to see me.
Look, Slattery, I wasn't trying to cross you. I was going to get in touch with you when things quieted down.
Sure you were. Let's have the dough.
All right, it's in the shack.
Blake half turned, and I saw his hand slide into his coat, a second gun. He whipped it out, but Slattery had seen it, too. He got Blake, but his eyes were off me for a lucky second. I checked Blake. He was still alive. Yeah, they'd both keep. For a long time. Item 6, $174 even, air transportation and incidentals back home. Expense account total, $526.50. Remarks? The payroll money is back where it belongs, and Slattery and Blake are back where they belong, with Blake facing a murder rap to boot. Funny, I probably wouldn't have nailed him if he hadn't told me that phony story about the fish biting near the pier. Teaches me a lesson, Pat. I'm not going to tell any more fish stories. They can kill you. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Ohio's state flag is the only pennant-shaped flag, or burgee, as it is correctly called. The Buckeye banner is the creation of an engineer who created a blue triangle for the hills and valleys, red and white stripes for the roads and waterways of the state. There are 13 stars for the original 13 colonies and 4 extra stars to indicate that Ohio was the 17th state admitted to the Union. A white circle with a red center represents the initial letter of Ohio and suggests its nickname, the Buckeye State. Ohio's state flag, the flag of the 17th state to enter the Union, was adopted on May 9th, 1902.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a pair of common, ordinary glasses solve a case for us. The gruesome spectacle matter. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Today's story was written by Robert Stanley. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Lawrence Dobkin, Forrest Lewis, Shepard Menken, and Frank Gerstle. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here.
Oh, hi, George. How are things at Floyd's of England?
Very good, as a matter of fact. Very good.
Well, now, it can't all be good, or you wouldn't be calling me.
Well, to tell the truth, I do have a small problem.
Figures.
No, figure is the word, singular.
Huh?
A small figure, a statuette belonging to Mrs. Dora Harkness Ballin down in New York.
Ballin?
Yes, terribly wealthy, but a real eccentric.
So what's happened?
The little statue I mentioned, it's gone, disappeared.
Oh? What's it worth?
Insured value is $26.50.
Wow.
$26.50.
Huh? $26.50 wouldn't even cover my expense account.
Well, it just happens that she carries hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of personal property insurance with us. But for some reason or other, she attaches particular value to this statuette.
Oh, I get it. You're afraid that if we don't go through the motions of trying to find it, she might take her insurance elsewhere.
Precisely.
Real important to you, huh?
Very.
Then I take it I won't have to be chintzy with the old expense account.
Well, now, Johnny...
Okay, George, I'll be in touch.
Bob Bailey in the intriguing adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the doting dowager matter. Expense account item 1, $7.90, taxi, train fare, and incidentals, Hartford to New York. Item 2, $1 even for a cab from Grand Central Station to the address of Mrs. Dora Harkness Ballin over on East 73rd Street. It turned out to be one of New York's famous old brownstone houses, well preserved and reeking of an era long gone by.
A uniformed butler ushered me into a large, high-ceilinged drawing room, and I could hardly believe my eyes. Ornate pre-Victorian furnishings, heavy red velvet draperies, huge lamps and crystal chandeliers, oil paintings all over the place, and gilded mirrors. Pretty fabulous.
If you will be kind enough to wait here, Mr. Dollar, I shall tell Mrs. Ballon that you have arrived.
Thank you.
I know that she'll want to see you. Oh, excuse me, Master Harold.
It's all right, Higgins. Has the mail come?
Would you like me to check, sir?
Yes, good idea. You know how Aunt Dora likes to see it the minute it gets here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the mail. The dear old common everyday page. You're here to see Mrs. Ballon?
That's right. I'm Johnny Dollar.
I'm Hal Winters, her nephew.
Hi. Say, tell me something.
Yes?
About this little statue that's missing.
You mean that little chunk of pot metal that's disappeared?
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yes, just a piece of junk. But a couple of months ago, Aunt Dora decided it looked like her grandfather when he was a general back in the Civil War.
Oh? Why does she value it so highly?
I expect the general was the only Ballon who had guts enough to do anything on his own.
What do you mean?
I mean, instead of just living off the family shipping fortune. So when she suddenly decided the statue looked like the general, Johnny Dollar, did you say?
That's right.
The insurance investigator?
Yes.
Well, now, why should she bother you with it?
I don't know.
Truly, Mr. Dollar, it's not worth it. If I were you, I'd forget it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd better see if the morning mail has arrived.
Hal, just when did the statue disappear and from where?
Tana discovered it missing from the reception room yesterday morning. Now, if you'll pardon me...
Was the house broken into?
Possibly. But there was no sign of it.
How about guests?
No, we haven't had guests for a week or more.
How many servants are there?
Mr. Dollar, perhaps there's something I'd better tell you about that statue.
The statue of the general? I tell you, Mr. Dollar, you are Mr. Dollar, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you that if you don't find out who stole it and get it back, I'll cancel every bit of my insurance. Sit down.
Thank you.
Harold, my dear, ring for Higgins and have him see if the morning mail has come.
I was about to go out and look for it myself, Tana.
Let Higgins do it.
It's quite all right. I don't mind.
I said let Higgins do it.
Well, all right. But if you'll excuse me now.
Oh? Why?
Why, I'd like to go up to my room for a moment.
To call up that girlfriend of yours again? Sit down.
Yes, Tana.
You and that girl, that Nancy Gavin. She'd like to take you away from me, wouldn't she?
Aunt Dora.
Where would you go? What would you live on? And what would I do?
Darling, I hardly think this is the
Much
proper
as
time.
I like Nancy Gavin, I see no reason why I should let her take you away from me. Do you?
Mrs. Ballon, about the statue.
Yes, of course. Mr. Dollar, you are to leave no stone unturned.
Wow, now tell me...
I beg your pardon, ma'am.
Oh, Higgins, why do you sneak in on us this way? Well, what is it?
The mail just arrived, and knowing you'd want to see it.
Give it to Harold.
Yes, here, I'll take care of it. Well?
What letter?
No postmark.
But?
And it's so badly scrawled in pencil.
Well, don't bother Aunt Dora with it now.
But it's marked personal, sir.
Well, then let me have it.
Yes, ma'am.
Tanta.
You may go now, Higgins.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, Tanta, suppose you let me see what it's all about.
Be quiet, Harold. Now, Mr. Dollar.
Well, first of all, I'd like you to tell me... what's the matter, Mrs. Ballon?
Oh.
Aunt Dora, what is it?
This letter.
Yes?
It's a ransom note.
Ransom?
For the return of the statuette. The general. They want $75,000.
What?
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
This letter, Mr. Dollar.
Maybe you'd better let me see it, Mrs. Ballon.
It's a ransom note demanding $75,000 for the return of my statuette of the general.
$75,000?
Yes, Harold.
Oh, they can't be serious.
For that little piece of pot metal?
Sure, they must be out of their minds.
I beg your pardon.
What?
That statue means everything to me. It happens to be a memento of my grandfather, the famous General Horace Harkness Ballon. At least it looks like him.
But good heavens, Aunt Dora, 75,000.
Oh? Do you object because it will mean that much less for you when I die, Harold?
Of course not. I wasn't even thinking of such a thing.
Well, don't. At your age, with your lack of experience in getting along on your own, money like that would only do you harm.
Would it?
Yes. You'd probably leave me, strike out on your own, perhaps even marry, and heaven only knows what would happen.
Mrs. Ballon, are you really serious about paying this ransom?
I have the money. I have it right here in the safe. And if it will bring back the general...
Look, why don't you let me see what I can do about it first?
And have it destroyed?
Destroy?
Well, here, read the letter.
It was the usual sort of thing, poorly written on cheap paper and scribbled in pencil. And it simply said that the money in unmarked bills was to be turned over to her nephew, Harold. That instructions for its delivery would be given to him later, secretly. That if he then divulged the place and manner in which he was to make the payment, his life would be in danger.
Don't you see, Mr. Dollar? If we don't do as they say, they might kill him.
It further said that if the police were brought in, the statue would be destroyed.
I have no choice, Mr. Dollar. I'll pay the ransom.
Tonta.
Harold, you will take it to them, whoever they are, when you receive their instructions.
They've threatened me.
Only if we don't obey instructions.
All right, now look, Mrs. Ballon.
Yes, Tonta, listen to Mr. Dollar.
I have told you I must have the general back at any cost. Very well. No one is to leave this house, except Harold, of course, when he is told to by the kidnapper.
Mrs. Ballon, I won't let you do this.
You what?
It's utter nonsense for you to consider paying out that kind of money for a cheap little piece of junk that can't possibly be worth anything to whoever took it. Except, perhaps, for its effect on you.
I told you, young man, it's the one priceless memento I have of the great General Ballon.
Yeah, you told me.
Very well. You are here on my orders, are you not?
Well, yes.
All right. Then you will remain subject to my orders. Very well now.
Hi, everybody.
Nancy.
Well, what's everybody looking so glum about? Hi, sweetie.
Nancy,
Hello, Mrs. Ballon.
Miss Gavin? Mr. Dollar, this is Nancy Gavin, a friend of Harold.
Johnny Dollar?
Hi.
Hey, I know about you.
Nancy, dear.
You come to find that whatchamacallit that Mrs. Ballon lost?
It was stolen.
Okay, stolen.
And the kidnappers are demanding $75,000 ransom.
That's easy. Pay it.
I shall. And Nancy, you are to stay right here in this house until this whole thing is over with.
Auntie, I don't mind that a bit. Do we, Hal?
Forward, wench.
Seriously, Auntie, when are you going to let Hal marry me? Get out on his own.
And leave me? Do you think for 1 minute that my precious Harold would do that?
Why don't you answer that, Hal?
Mr. Dollar, this is none of your business. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the reason for your being here.
You know something, Mrs. Ballon? I'm beginning to think you're wrong.
You came here to find the statue that was stolen from me.
That's right. And maybe I'm on the track of it now. So how about it, Hal? Would you leave your aunt if you could? It was a wild guess, but the more I thought about it, the more I decided that Harold Winter's answer might solve this case for me. Yeah? And that Mrs. Ballon would be pretty shocked when I put my finger on the thief, the writer of that ransom note. But you know something? I was dead wrong.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the doting dowager matter.
Mr. Dollar, this is none of your business. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the reason for your being here.
You know something, Mrs. Ballon? I'm beginning to think you're wrong. So answer the question, Hal. Would you leave your aunt if you could?
Yes. Yes, I would.
What?
You bet he would, Aunt Dora. You know he would. If you just break down and admit he's no longer a child to be tied to your apron string.
Nancy.
Give him a break and enough money to get by for a week or two, and he'll show you. Don't you want him to amount to anything?
Of course I do.
Well, he can't as long as you keep him tied up to you this way.
But he needs me.
Does he? Maybe he needs somebody like me. Somebody who loves him and will help him get somewhere. Help him to accomplish the things he can accomplish.
You do love him, don't you?
You bet I do.
But so do I. And he loves me.
He'd love you a lot more if he weren't so tied down to you.
Harold?
It's true, Aunt Dora.
I never knew you even thought about leaving me. About going out on your own, as you put it.
Because you never gave me a chance. Because you never thought of anyone but yourself. I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar.
What?
I mean that you've had to become involved in a family fight.
Well, I'm not. Because now I think I know where to look for that statuette.
Oh? Well, I wish you luck. Come, Nancy, I want to talk to you.
Sure, honey, I want to talk to you, too.
Now, wait just a minute.
No, Mr. Dollar, let them go.
Yeah,
because I want to talk to you.
Now, look, isn't it pretty obvious? I knew that something was wrong when I first got here. Hal hadn't known you were going to call me in. So that when he saw me here... You didn't?
No. It was my kind, thoughtful butler Higgins who called your insurance company. And he shouldn't have.
The fact remains that when Hal saw me here, he tried to stop that ransom note he'd planted in your mail.
Oh, now, wait,
Now,
please.
about that ransom note. It was badly written, much too badly written, by someone who was trying to hide his identity. I'll wager that paper it was scribbled on came from right here in this house.
Probably.
And I'll bet that if I accuse him of it, Hal will break down and admit that he wrote it.
Wait, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
I devoted many years to the care and upbringing of my nephew.
I realize that.
In the hope that he would someday go out on his own, accomplish something himself.
Well, now listen.
I know. Perhaps over the years I made him too dependent on
I'd say
me.
yes to that.
But that's because I am as I am and I can't change. But I kept hoping that he would change. That somehow, sometime, he would make just one desperate move to break away from me. But it would have to be of his own doing.
So?
For years, people have called me eccentric, and I've enjoyed the reputation. So I made a fuss over that cheap little statuette that I picked up in Coney Island one time as a child.
Huh?
Of course. That was the only sentimental value it had.
But according to Harold...
Oh, now, should I have picked one of the valuable artworks, paintings, or sculptures that I really care about, in my selfish way, for this little experiment?
So you gave the worthless statuette the big build-up?
Yes, and he fell for it. He believed that if it was stolen, I'd give almost anything to get it back. And then finally, he got up enough nerve to do something about it.
Now, just a minute. What you're telling me is that you're tickled pink that you've made a thief out of him.
I'm tickled pink that he's finally shown some guts and gumption. And you can't call him a thief over that piece of junk.
But it has a price of $75,000 on it. That's what he'll be stealing if you give him that money and let him walk out of here with it.
Oh, no, he won't.
What else can you call it?
I like to be eccentric, remember?
Oh, Mrs. Ballard.
So the note I'll enclose with it, you know, when he tells me he's received instructions about where and how it's to be delivered.
What note?
In it I'll say, Dear Harold, the best of luck to you and Nancy. I hope you'll be tremendously happy. And I hope that now and then you'll drop in on your loving and now somewhat lonesome Aunt Dora.
I see.
Oh, and I think I'll enclose a few extra thousand, just in case. And as a kind of extra wedding present.
Extra wedding present?
Of course. The statuette. I certainly don't want them to bring that atrocity back here.
Oh, no, well, don't...
Wait. Yes, dear?
I just wondered if Mr. Dollar has decided how he wants to proceed with his investigation.
Well, Mr. Dollar?
Hal, after getting what information I could from your aunt, what little information I could...
Yes?
Hal, I've decided to give up the case.
Yes, Harold. You may as well show Mr. Dollar to the door.
Whatever you say, Tonto.
Yeah. Goodbye, Mrs. Ballard. Oh, and maybe you'd better phone the insurance company about the extra fee I'm to get on this case.
Oh, I did. Right after Higgins told me he'd called them.
But if he's giving up the case, dear.
Show him to the door, Harold.
Yes. This way, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah. Thanks. Now you listen, Hal.
I can tell by your look that you've learned something, Mr. Dollar.
I have.
Perhaps even more than I know. So, look here.
Huh?
Do you think this will do for the sequel to the ransom note?
What?
You know, the instructions about where I'm to take the money.
Oh, now wait a minute. You mean to say... You mean you knew...
Are you kidding? That's why I tried to discourage you in the beginning.
But will somebody please tell me why?
Tata, just being herself. You don't think for a minute she'd have just handed me the money, would have admitted she wants Nancy and me to get hitched. Don't you see? That would spoil her reputation for being an eccentric. Oh, and if you like, I'll send you the statuette when this is all over, as a souvenir.
Well, I'll be... Believe me, I've handled some pretty wanky cases over the years, but this was by long odds the wankiest. And yet, why complain when it's a good living? Expense account total, including all the incidentals I could think of, and fare back to Hartford. What? $17.80. Tommy. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, if you've ever read the personal columns of your newspaper, you'll surely want to hear it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Eleanor Audley, G. Stanley Jones, Eric Snowden, and Sam Edwards. Be sure to join us next week